when I was 15, like, I thought Highschool DxD was like the best show on the planet.
You are just saying that because you met the series writer and you feel like you can't say it's shit.
And I said it was shit to his face.
How did he respond to that?
He just laughed.
Oh.
And he's like, I'll cry in my Benz.
Is that what he said?
So, dudes, welcome back to another episode of the Trash Taste Podcast. I'm Joey, and I'm with the boys, Gaunt and Connor, as usual. Welcome back. Today, boys, rejoice. We're talking about anime.
And Joey, we're going to be talking about some anime that even you have watched.
Say what?
Because aren't we talking about some of the worst anime to ever be made, which you also conveniently made a video on?
Am I like the worst anime connoisseur now?
I guess so, Joey. I guess so.
I don't think we're necessarily going to go critically, just more so vibe.
Yeah,
That's the worst.
I don't think anyone's going to give a shit about the critically bad anime.
Yeah, so we've
honest.
talked about a lot about our 3x3s of like our favorite shows, our favorite anime, our favorite whatever. But we thought we've never actually talked about what we think is objectively or subjectively, I should say, the worst thing we've ever watched and some of the worst trash or whatever that we've consumed before.
I've seen a lot of dog shit anime, that's for sure.
This is exactly why you stopped watching anime.
Yeah, it's too much dog shit out there, dude.
Should we name what we think is the worst anime? And you can't pick anyone from the bottom 100.
Okay, that's fine because I barely remember.
Okay, I was going to say good.
Yeah.
We should name like the worst
There's like
anime.
a couple I remember just because they were like exceptionally dog shit, but I'm going to say,
it's hard to remember the bad ones actually now I'm realizing.
That's the thing.
Okay.
I remember bad scenes from OK shows.
I'm going to go full of
oh my god.
critic mode here. How are we defining bad?
Mal
Mal
user score. Look, that's the only way we can have this fun little game where we all name a shit anime and we can critically see who's the best and worst at it.
I mean, I can tell you what the bottom three are.
Okay, well, no, it can't be in the bottom 100.
Joey's cheating in that sense.
I've done this rodeo before, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, if it's not in the top 100,
off the top of my head, the objectively. I got to stop saying objectively, ironically, man.
Objectively.
Okay, objectively, Gaunt, what is the worst anime?
We're committing to this. It's objectively bad.
Objectively, the worst anime I've probably watched on every level is I've forgotten the fucking name.
Explain the show.
Yeah, what's the premise?
Okay, Crunchyroll produced.
Oh my god.
3D. Exiled. That is it.
That's
Exiled.
absolutely in the bottom 100.
Yeah.
Okay, Exiled has a 2.88 rating.
Yeah.
So how much of this show did you actually watch? Did you watch all of it?
I watched like 7 episodes.
Okay, so I had to watch all of it for the video that I did.
Yeah.
It was the longest 12 episodes of my life.
That's pretty long.
Like I said it in the video, but like I've never watched an anime that felt like it was glitchy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like you know when you're like playing like or something and the character just like glitches in?
Yeah.
That was that for 12 episodes. It was bad.
I don't understand how this was made. You know, I think at the end of the day, right? Every anime project, every big project is a fucking miracle that these people got together and finished a piece of work. There are so many aspects of this where I'm like, how did this get approved or how did this go past any kind of like quality control?
Well, wasn't the story for this one is like the studio and the director had never worked on anime before?
Yes.
And they were just like, hey, Crunchyroll was like, yo, we want to do this story. And yeah, it was like, we don't have anyone else to do it. Do you want to give it a shot? And they were like, okay.
Is this in the bottom 100?
This is absolutely in the bottom 100.
What the
I
fuck?
believe this is it might have changed since I made the video, but I believe this was like maybe number 5.
That's impressive.
It's in the top 10.
That's impressive that they're that low.
I mean, I think this was the rare case where a bad show got so much press as well.
And it was like, how did this happen?
Because people are like, oh, okay, this is a Crunchyroll produced one? All right, let's check it out. And then you watch the first 2 minutes of the first episode and you're like, oh, goddamn.
Have you ever seen this?
I've seen one episode and
all you need to watch.
I just wanted to watch one episode to be in on the joke.
Yeah.
And then I watched it and I was like, nah, this is actually for real bad.
It's actually so
like
funny.
not funny bad.
Oh, no, this is funny bad.
I thought it was just sad.
Really?
It was sad that people had worked on it.
Yeah.
That like any effort had been put onto this.
The more episodes you go into it, the funnier it gets.
obviously, if you want to look, maybe we'll have some funny little things on screen right now showing you just how.
Yeah.
I mean, the animation obviously isn't the be end all of everything, but it gives you a flavor of what is to come.
The animation is like the least of your worries.
Yeah. The story is
I feel bad.
pretty
because-
fucking awful.
Well, is the story good since you finished it? Because didn't this anime kill the manga that also?
What?
This was based on a manga, right? Can we search up the
the manga?
manga?
So I have never read the manga before, but supposedly the manga for this was actually like not too badly. Like the reception was not too bad.
What's it rated on my anime list? I know it's not going to be.
Yeah, for the manga.
Yeah,
So
for
go
the
down,
manga.
go down.
For the manga.
And I'll say
I'm
X.
very-
Yeah, they're related entries. X-arm
I see.
manga.
Yeah,
So click that. Yeah, it's a 6.3.
Oh, okay,
So
so
it's
like
not
not that
too
bad.
bad.
which isn't
Which
great,
isn't
but
bad.
isn't bad
Yeah.
either. So it looks like the
Wow, even Wikipedia is just like, yeah, that's
the
what you do.
as an
anime
entry.
was met with backlash thanks to computer generated images.
I mean,
Great.
that was one aspect
great,
of it.
great.
I think
Yeah.
what was it again? The main girl, the voice actress for the main girl, I believe, was the same voice actress. Yeah, Kito Akari. I think she played a pretty prominent role. Who was
I
it?
mean,
again?
she looks like she's played a lot of prominent
Played
roles.
oh yeah, she was Nezuko.
Oh, okay.
wow.
Yeah, it was the girl who played Nezuko. Do I remember the main character's name? No, because who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I mean, the thing about this that stands out so much is like, where do you even begin about what went wrong with this adaptation, right? What kind of like what I remember? Oh, there's so many things I remember, but like the 2D animated characters talking to the 3D animated characters was just like.
No, they made the boldest move in anime possible. Where normally, right, if there is an anime that mixes in 2D with 3D, usually the 2D stuff is like the main stuff you'd watch, right?
Yeah.
And then maybe
Yeah.
they'd have like 3D crowds or like 3D monsters or whatever. This was the first ever anime where they were like, let's flip that. Let's make the really important characters you see all the time this dog shit 3D, and the characters in the backgrounds 2D.
Right.
And I was like, who thought that was a good idea? It's so distracting because the moment a 3D character pops up, not only is it so obvious, but you're also like, oh fuck, this guy's gonna come back out again because he's a prominent character because he's in fucking 3D.
It reminds me of the Ghost in the Shell series that came out as well that had similarly bad
Oh, the
animation.
2044.
I don't think it's as bad, but it was not great.
Had some funny scenes.
It had some very
backflipping up the stairs.
Yeah, the back flipping up the stairs with.
So funny.
I just thought that was so.
Mozuko's just ragdolling up the stairs.
I don't think I've seen an anime that is lower than this. Like, not even close.
Yeah.
Like, I've been trying to rack my brain now for the past like 20 minutes about what anime I've seen that is that bad. And I don't think anything comes close to this.
Yeah, in just terms of like on every single aspect, like at the technical
Everything,
aspect,
yeah.
maybe not the voice acting, but at least on a technical aspect, this is just the perfect car crash of everything going wrong.
If you want to play a really fun drinking game, this is the only time you should watch this show. But other than that, it's just, there were legit parts where it's like, again, it's like the 3D and the 2D thing is like the first layer of many layers of problems. Like there are just straight up scenes, for example, like fight scenes where there's just no sound effects. Like the main girl would be like flipping and, dodging bullets and like punching and stuff. But like it all sounds like it's literally punch.wav. Like it's just, there's like no treatment done to any of the sound effects. There's straight up scenes where there should be some kind of like background music, but there isn't. So the intense scenes just are not intense at all. And then there are some moments where I swear to God, they use like movie maker effects.
Oh no, I there's one scene that like sticks out to me, and it was like two characters, and one character got slapped, right? And then what happened was there was this editing effect where the entire frame just got zoomed out into like a black abyss and just started spiraling down like it was some fucking Windows Movie Maker meme or some shit like that, or some PowerPoint slide transition. I was like, this is in an anime.
It's literally the twirl transition in PowerPoint.
Yeah. I was like, what am I watching
Well,
right now?
there's also like literally the opening scene of episode 1 where I guess the main guy, like it's like foreshadowed that, he has this like insane like, power or whatever. And there's like lightning shooting out from him.
Yeah.
What the lightning literally looks like if you typed into YouTube lightning 3D effect green screen.
Where to watch Exiled? It's Crunchyroll, mate.
I was curious to see if Crunchyroll like removed it.
It's still there, man.
Like if they were like willing, like maybe they're like business is business. But I was under the impression that like, because I remember they promoted it on like social.
They promoted the fuck out of this.
And like, how did that happen? Like, like genuinely, I know how like companies are not nearly as functional as people think they are.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like bad organization within companies, but how nobody rang the alarm bell and was like, hey, you might want to have a look at the show before we start pushing it. Because I remember they pushed it.
They did.
I think
You would have thought they would have
To be fair, I think they pushed it contractually as much as they need, like the minimal amount of what they need
For
to.
me,
Yeah.
this would have been a shit at 4 a.m. in a hostel with the boys.
Yeah.
I would have tried to sneak that one. No splash.
I think they did, because I think all I remember them was they did one tweet about this,
the tweet was
and
so
that was
funny.
it. And that was it. It was like a minimal kind of like description, and that one tweet was enough to like fire up the engines. You know, there is no way you are sneaking this through.
And it also was during like, I felt like at a time when hating Crunchyroll was very popular and still is, to be fair. But at that time, so like on social media, there are a lot of people were just looking for a dunk.
Yeah, this
And that was
definitely
like-
did not help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this
I
was just-
believe this is still in the top 5 worst
that's
rated anime.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to think of like, what could possibly be worse? I can't think of anything. But like, I'm trying to think of like, what are like anime so bad that they like bankrupted the studio?
I mean, there's classics, you know, when you think of like the worst anime ever, for instance, like, you know, Mars of Destruction or
never heard of this
Skelter Heaven, you know, which are all done by the same fucking studio. But
Mars,
these,
Hametsu no Mars? Oh
Yeah.
my god,
Yeah,
this is
this-
even lower.
yeah,
This
this is the
is-
lowest rated anime.
This is the
What?
infamous one as the
Yeah.
lowest. So Joey, I haven't watched Mars of Destruction. You have?
I've watched it multiple times. Yes.
Wait, how many episodes are there? Oh, only one.
It's only
one.
one. It's only one.
Wait, how can it be that bad?
So it's 19 minutes, right?
Okay.
So which, you know, you think like, okay, there's lots of short films that are 20 minutes that are cohesive and stuff like that. But the
Okay.
thing is, I think the Idea Factory, which are the name of the producers, which is a hilarious name, is they were like, all right, we have this great idea for a story with this like world and these characters that are all pre-established and everything like that. But we only have 19 minutes of runtime. So we have to decide what to show. And the problem is that out of those 19 minutes, I'd say about 14 of those minutes just don't add anything to the story. It's just pure fluff.
Okay.
And the thing is so fast paced that by the time you're like, all right, so let me get this straight. There is this, okay, in the case of Mars of Destruction, right? It's this story about like, it's the near future where like aliens have come to invade and they can't fight, they're called the Ancients, I believe. Yeah, the Ancients.
Okay.
The Ancients have invaded Tokyo and they're like killing all of humanity, but they can't fight back with modern technology because of alien technology or whatever, right? So they create what is called the Mars suit. As in, you know, Mars of Destruction, which is like it's a specific like, basically it's like Kamen Rider. It's like a Kamen Rider suit
Okay, got it.
Right.
that only few individuals are selected to be able to wear,
Got it, of course,
and that's
yeah.
the only thing that they can use to fight back with the Ancients, right? Kind of an interesting premise on the surface, but then. But that would be a great premise to explore if it was like a full season's worth, right? Or even
Yeah.
like a movie
Yeah,
length.
yeah.
You can't go anywhere and explain that story and explain that plot in 19 minutes. You just can't do that. And this is just a pure clusterfuck of just like, all right, this is happening and now this is happening and then we're not going to explain this, but now this is happening and credits roll.
We should watch this.
Oh, you guys need to watch this.
We should watch it, and then they can watch it on Patreon. I was watching it.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you guys
Alright.
want to watch us react to Mars of Destruction, go to patreon.com/trash.
It'll be up
We
right
will
now.
do it. We'll be up right now. But but here's the thing, right? I actually think that this is not even as bad as people make it out.
I was
to
going
be.
to say, like, I feel like it's kind of like the opposite of Full Metal, where like people just decide Full Metal is the best.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're going to make sure we keep voting.
I mean,
it
don't
the
get me
best.
wrong. This is still a dog shit show.
Yeah.
And
No, for sure. But it's like not. it's no X-Arm, right?
Yeah.
It's no stinker like
No,
that.
and I think if anything, there's like other shows that Idea Factory made, which I think are actually a lot worse than Mars of Destruction. Skelter Heaven, I think, is worse than that one.
I just realized Free Rent is 9.3.
Yeah, Free
Yeah,
Rent's
Free
still
Rent's
up
the
there.
new FMA now.
Oh my God.
Free Rent is the new FMA.
Free Rent's the
Damn.
goat. Wow, One Piece fan letter is number 4
Yeah,
now.
that's with a lot less members.
We're not
though.
talking about the good shows. Boy.
Yeah.
We're talking about the
Okay.
Connor's like, I've already lost
No,
interest.
I was like, I said Full Metal's number 1. And I was like, I
Yeah.
don't think it's number 1
Yeah.
anymore.
So
No,
if-
it's not even close.
So if you go back and if you go back to Mars of Destruction, Connor, and then you go down to Idea Factory, the producers. So these guys are the king of making
Slop.
fucking terrible shows.
not even
Actually,
slop.
Skelter Heaven is the worst rated. It's 1.8.
Oh my God.
That one's even worse.
How many
Yeah.
episodes
So
is
you've
this?
watched this.
1 episode.
Yes.
One
How can it be
episode.
that bad in 1 episode?
Who's
Like,
funding this stuff? This is the most mid 2000s aesthetic I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
Look at her.
Look at her titties.
Oh my
That's
God.
2000 titties.
Yeah.
When a mysterious entity suddenly appears in the center of Tokyo, the Alta Mirai agency is tasked to repel the extraterrestrial threat. This kind of sounds similar to the... Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. Otsuya Funagai must guide his all-female unit of battle Soul pilots
I guess.
to take down the strange... This sounds exactly the same as the Mars.
Yeah, so this one in Mars of Destruction was clearly someone at Idea Factory watching a little bit too much Evangelion and went, we can do that. But we only have the
Oh
budget
my
to
God,
make
they
one
made
episode.
Diabolical Lovers?
They made
That's like an
Diabolical
actual,
Lovers.
like...
Yeah.
Fuck. Dude, I only know one person who's obsessed with this show, and they ended up in prison.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. That's all you guys need to know for that.
Says it all. Says it all.
There's
huh?
another one. I mean, there's a bunch in the top
Dude,
100.
what is this
Oh yeah,
studio?
Spectral Force. That's also terrible. Generation of Chaos. That's also terrible.
Is this just one guy funding these
I have no idea.
random ass anime?
I really don't know. All of these are crap.
Run equals dim. What is... Oh, it's a Korean movie.
It's a Korean one.
What?
Yeah.
This is so random.
This is so deep down a rabbit hole.
This one's also in the top 100 as well. This was also shit.
So how many of these have you
2
watched?
episodes.
You had to watch 2 episodes of this.
Yeah.
1 episode of this one.
No, but with this one,
They've got,
with
like,
Generation
I know,
of Chaos,
I
there's
saw.
three.
Yeah,
there's
I
three
saw.
seasons in 1 episode each, and they're all terrible. They're
A
all
Korean
really
compilation
fucking
movie of the previously released TV series. Not a single soul has rated it.
So basically, this company is in a race to the bottom.
They're like a slop.
Oh, they're not even at the race to the bottom. They're already at the finish line.
See, I wouldn't even call this slop.
Are
It's
they-
kind of impressive how bad you can make a TV series
It's
sometimes.
Like,
still around?
because a lot of people have watched Mars of Destruction because again, it's that infamous god awful anime.
yeah.
But if like you got to watch the other ones because I would argue out of everything Idea Factory's made, Mars of Destruction is probably the best one they've made. The other ones are fucking horrendous.
So
I couldn't believe it.
What's bad about Helter Skelter? Was that the name? Would you say that
That's
that
a
is-
Beatles song.
Oh yeah,
Skelter Heaven.
Skelter Heaven. Whoopsie daisy.
Skelter plus Heaven. God.
Skelter plus
Heaven.
Okay, so Skelter Heaven, again, it's this idea of like they have this really limited runtime of 19 minutes, all right? And now a normal person would be like, all right, we only have 19 minutes to give you a cohesive story. So let's use every second that we possibly can to like give like expose or like show characters or anything like that. This feels like it feels like they animated this properly, but then someone in the editing bay fucked it up and clearly didn't read the script and was just like, all right, I'm just gonna guess how I think the show is going to be like. And there are so many scenes. Again, Skelter Heaven has a fucking opening and an ending. In the 19-minute runtime, they have a 90-second opening and a 90-second
Wait,
ending.
Who's the singer? Now, how deep does this go? Because if they have an opening and ending, that means they had budget to.
All I'm gonna say is, in the case of Skelter Heaven, it's probably the best part of the whole show.
Oh, she voices.
Oh, she voices Nagatoyuki.
Nagato.
Wow, she's like an
Oh
OG.
my god.
Oh wow, she voices Mitsuki.
Yeah, she's a pretty prominent voice actress.
Dead Alive.
So
Oh my
clearly,
god, she's got a fucking.
so clearly,
Oh
they
my
have-
god, she's in fucking My Hero. Oh my god, she's got a long list.
Yeah, she's an OG.
Yeah, clearly, Idea Factory have the connections
Yeah.
to gets a good product made. You know?
Well, okay, so the director of script and screenplay.
Yeah, this is the guy who's responsible for all of these.
Let's have a look at his score. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's...
Yeah, he did everything. He worked on Spectral Force, Generation of Chaos. This man single-handedly made some of the worst anime ever made, and I almost just have to applaud him for it. Because the consistency of this man is crazy.
are these like recognized as like the worst animes in Japan as well? Or is it?
No, I think this is very clearly like online anime community.
Yeah, I mean, these are kind of like just memes, you know, where I don't know if they're actually the worst anime ever made. Probably not, considering how much anime.
Also, Twinkle, Rock, Nora, Me. That one's also a famous one. This is the one where
is this?
This is the one where like the animation is like 2 frames a second.
Yeah, they just ran out of frames. They literally search up one of the
Look
scenes.
up the scene
in
of this.
Okay. Yeah.
This episode is sponsored by Vessi.
Connor, what are you holding there? That looks like a delectable piece of footwear.
What am I holding? No, Joey, these are the Stormbursts. You must be confused because these are Vessi's amazing shoes that you can buy right now.
Boys, you should know by now, here at Trash Taste, we are absolutely addicted to Vessi.
Vessi Simps.
Because for any occasion, whether it be rain, sleet, snow, or shine, winter, summer, autumn, spring, I almost forgot the seasons there, Vessi is there no matter what.
And luckily for you, these beautiful Stormbursts give you the confidence to take on any weather or terrain without thinking twice. And if you're more of a boot enjoyer, all of your beautiful foot can stay protected.
With its waterproof technology, enhanced grip, and cloud-like comfort, these are some of the best shoes on the market that you can buy right now, guys. They got ultimate versatility, whether it's a rainy commute, a hike, a weekend road trip, Stormburst has you covered. And with these, you have weatherproof confidence. No need to check out the forecast, just step out and go.
Me and Joey love Vessi so much, we got a pair for our hands.
Trade offer, ladies and gentlemen, because you can step boldly into any weather with Vessi Stormburst. Grab your pair now at vessi.com/trashtaste for 15% off your first pair at checkout and enjoy your daily errands. That's vessi.com/trashtaste. Back to the episode.
So waterproof.
So this was a pretty infamous one where there is this one scene where they literally stopped animating.
Yeah.
they literally just stopped animating it.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like those like really old fucking cartoons.
Yeah.
So it's
like they animated it properly, and then when they went to go render it out, they were like, "Oh shit, I accidentally set it to 2 FPS."
It just looks like it's glitching, right?
Yeah, it just and which is a shame because this one is actually a sequel to another anime from I think like 2 years prior. Called Nora.
Yeah.
And that one is actually animated properly by the same studio. So I don't know what the fuck happened with this one.
Like the animation doesn't look terrible. This doesn't look bad. Like
the actual story of this one is not too bad. It's just the animation is just dog water.
That looks sick. That guy, the fucking robot.
Yeah. It's a really like. I'm sure the manga is great for this, but.
Oh, this definitely does feel like the 80s, doesn't it?
This is very 80s.
Yeah, it just makes me wonder because I'm sure this was like back in the day where OVAs and ONAs were much more common. So I can't imagine how many like hidden gems or just hidden trashes that we've missed over the years.
Bro, yeah. I doing the video made me find so many great. Oh, Hanoka. I love Hanoka.
Okay, what's your opinion of Pupa? Because
I was gonna say if you weren't gonna bring up Pupa, I was gonna say Pupa.
Because I watched Pupa ages ago.
That was the biggest disappointment in.
But like a 3.28.
It's got 100,000 reviews.
It's because the manga was actually quite popular when it came out.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel
as
like
a horror manga.
I feel like this is also a really infamous one because I feel like this score is more just a backlash against how bad the adaptation was, rather than how bad this singular.
Yeah, because
the story abandoned by their abusive parents and with only each other to depend on, siblings Utsutsu and Yume Hasegawa find themselves led astray by beautiful red butterflies that have been appearing in their world. Unbeknownst to them, these crimson-winged heralds trumpet the beginning of a cannibalistic nightmare. A mysterious virus known as Pupa is about to hatch. Pupa.
I think it's Pupa.
So the manga was good?
The manga,
okay,
the manga was pretty well received in Japan. And I found out about the manga when it first came out from my friend who was like, this one's actually like I mean, I think though this rating is as a result of the anime.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the anime came out and I was like, all right, cool, a horror anime. We don't get that quite often. It's a 5-minute per episode anime.
Oh.
And I think out of those 5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes is just a black screen because they just censor everything.
What?
Yeah.
Did they ever release it uncensored?
No.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I don't think they did. I mean, if they did, I never saw it.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
Every version of Pupa that I've seen online has been censored.
Maybe inappropriate for some users. Wow.
Okay.
You know it's bad when
The
the
entire season is 37 minutes.
You know it's bad when the licenses don't care enough to copyright claim it on YouTube. That's how you know the licenses have just given
like,
up. They're like,
do what you want with it.
we're not gonna, we don't care about this stuff.
This is just not good at all, even if it was uncensored.
No,
Oh, wow.
because the voice acting's also just not very good.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
my studio Deen, who they normally do stinkers.
I mean, the fall off needs to be studied with Deen. They've been kind of falling off recently.
Oh, yeah, they made, oh, wow, yeah, no.
Yeah.
To be fair, when did they fall on? To be fair,
I mean, they cooked with Higurashi.
Okay, so then,
they've made like a few good shows.
Yeah, they've
but-
cooked with some shows.
Yeah, but
Higurashi was good, obviously.
a lot of their recent shows do struggle to
yeah.
stay on 7. Yeah, I mean, obviously, good Sailor Moon, that would...
yeah, I mean, in terms of like.
God,
And-
they produce so many anime.
Yeah, I think the problem with an
been
anime
around for a
studio
while.
like Studio Deen is that they just produce so much anime that quality control isn't always there.
Yeah.
And they're infamous for some scenes like 7 Deadly Sins Season 3,
Classic.
which might
They
not
did
be...
the Ito Junji collection as well, which was,
The new one?
no, the first one they did, like back in like a couple of years ago.
The Netflix one?
Yes.
yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Which is also not received well.
Yeah. But I mean, these are some of obviously the most worst anime according to like my anime list in terms of like its infamy. But what are some of the worst anime that you've seen, like personally?
This one's up here.
You watched this?
Yeah, this is also in the top
You watched the
100.
12 episodes?
I did.
Why?
Because-
Can I read the plot?
Go for it.
Years ago, extraterrestrials known as the Citizens of the Stars descend upon the planet of Tokinia?
It's probably.
And wreaked havoc on humanity. To fight against them, the military developed the Imagine project to create hybrids between humans and citizens of the stars. With this combination of genes, they hope to exploit both the subservience of man and the powers of the
Now,
alien.
Connor, the most important part of this is the first sentence of the background section.
Hanoka is the first anime television series to be entirely produced in Adobe Flash animation.
Yeah.
What?
So the whole,
my God.
So the whole you should look this up on YouTube. So the whole reason why this show was created was to basically get people to be like, "Hey guys, Adobe Flash can be an actual thing that animators in Japan can use to create anime on a lower budget." And this is what they made. Look at this shit.
To be fair, if this was on Newgrounds,
If this was on Newgrounds, this would have slapped.
if this was on Newgrounds, this would
This would have been like peak.
This would have gone hard.
Holy shit! Oh my!
Like, it's
God.
not that bad.
Yeah, but
No.
to think that
I mean, it looks like Newgrounds, but it's not that bad.
But to think that an entire anime studio made this.
Okay, if an anime studio made this and it wasn't just a Newgrounds animation, this is like either peak Newgrounds or the worst studio-made anime you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, but
right?
also the story is just dog shit as well. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And my favorite part of all of this
Yeah.
is that when I went to go look up Hanoka, right? I was looking on the list of the worst 100. They have an entirely different entry on my anime list, a Hanoka recap episode. They thought this show was so good that they were like, "Hey, we need to get the people up to speed on this story.
Oh my God.
Let's make an entire recap episode."
You just unlocked a core fucking memory for me.
Yeah, if you go up, it should say recap. Yeah, Hanoka recap, which is just as bad. It's just a recap episode of Hanoka. It's like, dog, why do we need a recap episode? We didn't watch the fucking show.
Bro, you just unlocked a core fucking memory for me that I didn't know existed.
What?
This doesn't technically this doesn't technically count as an anime, but I remember there was this animated series on Newgrounds that I fucking that I fucking followed. I think it was called Shin.
Shin?
Xin.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
I was like, when you.
Oh my god!
Does anyone know this but me?
This.
Do you know this?
I watched this.
Holy shit! This shit was peak when I was like,
Oh
when
my
I was
God.
a teenager. Do you remember this?
I remember this.
Basically, this was a shonen anime. Basically, they made a shonen anime.
It's like an hour and a half.
Yeah. It's like a proper series that they made and uploaded to Newgrounds. And I was like,
Oh, no, it's not. Sorry, it's 1 minute 30.
no, because there's like 18 episodes or something like that. There are so many episodes. And
my god!
People are still commenting
to
on
the
it.
credit, the animation does get a lot better.
Yeah.
But I'd completely forgotten that.
Whoa! I completely forgot about
Wait,
this.
go to the latest episode. This is Jin Session
this is the
1.
HD remaster.
Yeah, this is HD remaster.
Yeah. Go on. Wow, I haven't been on
So this
Newgrounds
is
in
a
while.
series that went on for like years, if I remember correctly. Yeah. 2006, the
Bro, it's got
finale.
5 stars.
No, this shit was peak.
Dude, it got front page, weekly users
Yeah,
choice.
this shit was peak, man.
Oh my
This-
god.
Oh my, I feel like
fucking remember
I
this.
feel like such a fucking boomer right now. But
Oh my god. This was the shit.
when you mentioned Newgrounds anime, I was like,
Dude, this is crazy. I have to click the quality.
yeah,
Yeah, this in 2006 was like next level.
yeah. Is this back in the day when you couldn't fast forward this shit?
No, you couldn't.
Yeah, I can't fast,
You can't pause or fast
I
forward.
can't force or fast forward it.
The moment you press play, you are committed to
Yeah,
watching this.
exactly, right? I remember this finale was like 20.
This is the Game of Thrones finale.
It was like
No,
30 minutes long.
30 minutes long for like a Newgrounds animation back in like 2006.
Yeah,
This-
someone made this and was like, I'm gonna show it for free.
No, this is for like an amateur animation, and as a kid back in the day, this shit was so fucking good and so peak. And I'm so glad that someone else watched this other than me.
Oh my god, I'm gonna go
This
home
was
and
peak?
watch this again. I'm gonna go home and watch this again.
You don't understand, Connor. For
right.
like
No,
for
yeah,
like independent animation.
No, that's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Dude, when I was 11, this shit blew my mind.
I know, right?
This shit was so good.
What the fuck is this show? So I was scrolling
Oh,
down the list,
Gibiate, yeah. I also
and
watched
this came out like 5 years ago.
Yeah,
How have
this-
I never heard of this?
I think this and Exile are like the two latest ones that were
So
in the top 100. I
what's-
think this is also Studio Deen, right? No, it's not.
Studio
Studio
L and
L.
Launchbar. What? I never even heard of this studio. Oh, they've barely made anything.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
What's
This one is also
Launch-
dog shit.
Why is it Lunchbox?
You know what Gibiate is? Gibiate is what JoJo must look like for people who fucking hate JoJo.
Wait, why?
Because the characters just look like knockoff JoJo characters.
No, they don't. Surely.
I think this is the one.
No.
If I remember correctly. Yeah, it's like Gibiate? I don't fucking remember the name of it, but
doesn't look that bad.
look at that. Is that not a JoJo
That looks like anemic Caesar.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking bad.
Oh god.
So, out of all of these bad anime that you watch, Joey,
Yeah.
were any of them actually entertaining? Because I feel like sometimes when you watch bad anime, bad anime can be entertaining if it's like just bad, like horrible. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I think a lot of the Idea Factory ones, like Mars of Destruction and stuff like that, are just so bad that they just become really funny.
Right.
Because it's like you're sitting there watching the show and you're like, oh my god, I can't believe this is real. Like, why would they every decision where they're like, okay, we could do this the right way or we could do this in the most fucking train crash way. Every single time they go with the train crash way, but not in the way you were expecting.
Yeah.
So you're just sitting there like, why did you do this? Why did you do this to yourself? Like, you can't even like aim to do this shit. What the fuck is this?
I don't know. I was just looking at it, and it's like, it seems really insane.
See, for me, when I think of like bad anime that are also entertaining,
The Third Reich. What is this? What is this show?
Connor's going down a deep
Sorry,
fucking rabbit
go
hole.
ahead.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, when I think about like entertainingly bad anime, I always think like it's got to have some kind of like entertaining like bad English dub. I don't know why.
Oh, yeah.
But whenever I watch like a bad Japanese anime,
Yeah.
the voice actors are still putting like 110% into it, right?
Yes.
But just sometimes there's just something about a bad English dub that just puts it all together with a bad anime.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, a lot of these shows, like, I couldn't even find the original Japanese version, and the only ones I could find were, like, the English version. What the fuck is that?
What have you
Sorry,
found?
this show looks so fucking
They
funny.
look like
Yeah.
Roblox,
This
man.
looks really funny. But that's the thing. It's like, out of the 100 that I watched, like, a lot of these were, like, shows like this, where you just watch, it's, like, unironically just hilarious
Yes,
to watch.
This show came out
Or they were just, like, weird shorts.
2002, but it looks like the Final Fantasy VII animation. except it's the Third Reich for some reason.
Yeah, the Third Reich.
Interesting. Yeah, there's a lot more interesting shows that you never hear about, I think.
Yeah.
Like we all hear about the shows that are always popular, but very interesting to think about.
I mean,
some of these
that's
shows.
that's why when I come across an actual good show, I really fucking respect it because I've seen the bottom of the fucking cesspool.
What are your guys' favorites? Hilariously bad English dub, or
Dude, I mean, I was going to
because
say earlier.
you did an entire series around that, didn't you?
Well, I would just find bad dubs, and half the show I'd never even heard of, and I
Yeah.
couldn't find what the actual name was.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
so hard to even find the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like someone had found a clip and shared it, and that became a big meme. Honestly, the Monogatari, not Monogatari.
Hey yo,
Excuse me?
Monogatari's at now. It's Cheeks. No. What's the name? The horror one. Very slow burn horror in the village. When They Cry in English, it's called.
Oh, Higurashi.
Higurashi.
Dude, that English dub ruined that show for me. Like, straight up. Like that English dub is so bad.
I've never heard the English dub.
The English
It's
dub is
awful.
pretty funny, actually.
Really?
It's awful.
Oh my God.
And like that was one of the rare cases where a dub was actually bad, where it actually ruined my
Right.
enjoyment. I feel like that never really happens. Like people overstate how like the dub's so
Yeah, they
no.
overreact. Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
not what you prefer the Japanese.
Yeah.
Say any lame to me, right? Just fucking watch it.
This one was actually just
This one was
bad.
actually just terrible. But obviously, it was different back then. I feel like dubs really got, if the show was critically received poorly and was not popular, they
Yeah.
didn't give the dub a good dub.
Yeah,
Because
for
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah,
like if it was like, who the fuck's going to watch this?
Yeah.
yeah.
Or if it was actually a good show, I feel like they often put a lot more work into making it.
There are a few points where there are some, maybe not the entire dub, but there are some like hilarious moments. Oh my god, there's this one moment from Tsugigakire
Yeah.
in the English dub, and it's the climactic moment, and I need to show you guys this clip, man.
Okay.
yeah,
I need
What
to
am I
show-
typing in?
Tsukigakire.
Tsugigakire, and it's the climactic moment where the main character confesses his love.
Right.
And I fucking love this anime. It is a great anime.
I love you scene.
I love you scene.
Is this it?
Oh, we don't speakers.
Yo.
It's going through Kai's earphones.
Oh,
I think
I
this
can't
thing-
get to listen to it.
yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, actually, no, we're coming through the monitor.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. So
Okay.
Nah, turn that shit off. Nah, turn that off. Wait, can we hear that again? Wait, I think it's the cut.
Run it back.
it's the
It's the cut. It's the cut. All right,
Run it back. Run it back.
the cut.
Nah, that's diabolical that they cut the music for that. That's so diabolical. It's like they knew it sounded dumb and they wanted to make people laugh.
Yeah.
I remember because I remember seeing this clip posted around and I was like, ain't no way this is real. This is an abridged version,
God.
but the comedic timing on that was just insane.
Damn, the show was well
Having said
received
that,
too.
yeah, this is a
Yeah,
great
this-
show.
this is a good show.
Like that's what makes it stand out, right?
It's an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. A dub clip like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this that's what reminded me of that because you were like, oh, if it's a good show. This show was one of my favorite romances of the year that this aired. And that was actually like a really, really dramatic moment that you saw on that.
Right.
That's his number one role.
Why are you putting this man on blast?
I just wanted to see what else he'd done. But that feels like mean.
That's his number one role right there.
Maybe he wanted it to be like so raw that it sounded real, but then it just ended up sounding kind of silly, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
That very much reminded me of what's that scene in what's this fucking Shinkai movie? Garden of Words. Remember that dub scene?
Oh yeah.
Wait, which scene?
It's the really fucking climactic scene where she starts crying in the hallway.
Yes.
And the English
God
dub
of
for
Words.
it.
God of Words.
Garden of
Yeah.
Words. Dub. A crying scene, I guess. Yeah, that one.
The dub is too good. She just sounds like she's laughing.
Like
This is really unfortunate.
Come on, listener, say something for a change.
oh, the feet, man. I
feet.
forgot Makoto Shinkai had a thing with feet with this one.
You pretend it's none of your business. You've been living your whole life
Okay.
alone.
Yeah, that
It's just really unfortunate.
that does sound like a laugh.
And this is like the peak of the climax. I hate to laugh, but it's
Nah, she
really
laughed. You should laugh.
it's really funny. It's really funny. And I think the part that like really threw me off about this scene when I watched it in the dub was that the guy, I don't know who the voice actor is for the guy character, is pretty good.
Yeah,
he's
he's
like,
great, yeah.
he's like, he does actually a really good performance, and then you get that.
Well,
God.
like to that great. I think most of the time when like you have a suspect voice acting performance, what I find a lot of the time, it's not very much up to like the actor's ability. Sometimes like direction.
No, totally,
and,
totally.
Oh, yeah,
plays
there's
like a fucking.
look, there's like a million and one reasons why it ends up sounding like it does. And,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes they use the take that you're like, why the fuck did they use that take?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Speaking from
absolutely,
experience,
yeah.
like,
I'm
yeah.
absolutely not blaming the voice actors out.
They always use the worst take. Whenever I do a line, I feel like they always want the one that I thought was the worst.
Right,
It just
right.
happens. Like it,
Yeah.
and sometimes, like, to you, that'll sound like laughing, right? This is the
Yeah.
director, maybe the editor. Maybe he was like, that's
was
it.
like, that's the take.
That's fucking raw
Yeah.
cry.
Yeah.
But, you know, when you put it like that, it just sounds like they're laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This episode is sponsored by Shopify. When you think about businesses that are selling through the roof like Aloe or Allbirds or Skims, sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and brilliant marketing. But an often overlooked secret is actually the business behind the business making selling and for shoppers buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify.
That's right, because nobody does selling better than Shopify, home of the #1 checkout on the planet and the not so secret boys, with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%.
50%?
50%, meaning less carts going abandoned and way more sales going a-cha-ching. So, listen, boys, if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in the feed, and everywhere in between.
so ready.
Because businesses that sell more sell
ready.
on Shopify.
They sure do. So, upgrade your business and get the same checkouts that Nonsense and Trash Taste uses.
Hell yeah.
By signing up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/trash. All lowercase. Go to shopify.com/trash to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/trash. Back to the episode.
I never watched this movie, but I always wanted to. The Final Fantasy movie that pretty much bankrupted.
Didn't you talk about this in a...
I actually like
podcast?
this movie.
Is it good? Well, so actually, like,
I liked it for the time that it came out.
Right.
so it lost about, adjusted for inflation, just for 2016 inflation, lost $126 million. Not only did this directly lead to the closing of Square Pictures, but it also delayed the parent company Square from completing its planned merger with the video game publisher Enix.
God.
Yeah, this like almost like tanked Square's company.
Damn.
And it was Thingy's love child. I forgot his name, who made Seven.
Nomura?
Yeah. No.
Sakaguchi.
Sakaguchi,
Yeah.
who, like, was like, had a lot of say in, I suppose, the early days of Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
And like, it kind of led. It didn't do great. It's kind of impressive. It's so over budget that it just almost killed the studio.
Yeah, I kind of need to watch this as well.
I want to watch it.
I think this is underrated from what I remember as
Yeah.
a kid. One thing I will say, the one thing that makes me remember this film, because at this time I knew nothing about Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
I had zero expectations going into this film. I don't remember a lot, but I remember that they committed to not having a happy ending, and I was like,
That's
damn,
I
I respect that.
Yeah, it's a
I-
hard
that's-
move.
out of everything, that's what I remember. And I, even as a kid, I was like, oh, this is sad. This is a sad ending.
Well, I think what people have always really enjoyed about Final Fantasy is the fact that they've always been willing to take risks with the characters and the stories,
Totally.
unlike maybe other games or, everyone always wants the happy ending or they want to keep all the characters alive. And
For sure.
one thing you can't say about Final Fantasy is they don't kill off characters. They don't give the happy ending.
Yep.
Like some of the stories in Final Fantasy are fucking dark.
Very much so.
And obviously, it's kind of lost on you though, because I feel like a lot of the characters are like pixels.
Yeah.
It's like even like playing 6. I was like, this is a really fucking sad story where this guy's wife and kid are poisoned by a literal war crime.
Yeah.
And then I'm
that
like,
scene fucked me up.
And I'm like, I recognize that it's sad, but it is kind of hard to connect with it when it's literally a pixels and a
For
guy
sure,
being
for
like,
sure.
they poisoned my kid.
Yeah.
And you watch the kid die in the bed, but it's a pixel kid
Yeah,
dying in a
yeah.
bed. So you're like, it's the thing goes, boop. you're like, it doesn't have like, but you feel it and you feel the intent there. It doesn't feel like that they, especially back then, they were willing to tell a lot more raw stories.
That's why 6 is the GOAT.
Yeah.
Fucking Hyde is the theme song.
Oh yeah, Lark and Seal did the song.
What the fuck? They had like the most popular fucking dudes at the time. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, this was a big budget, high production film, which is why this.
I'm curious. So wait, is this movie based off
No.
of any particular game?
No.
Or is
It
this
was an
completely-
original
it's
story. and it
completely
was
original.
all CGI, which at the time was kind of crazy.
Yeah, the
Right.
CGI for this was insane. Back when this came out, there was nothing that even came close to this realism. Obviously, now you can see this a lot more often, but
Yeah.
I mean, when this came out, I remember looking at this and I was like, "Holy shit!
This
graphics!
is the future.
are never going to get
I mean,
better."
2001. That's crazy.
Yeah, early 2000s.
Yeah.
This came out the same fucking year Onizuka was airing, and
If they spent 137 million on a Final Fantasy movie today, I'm pretty sure it would get the money back. I don't think it would do like
but what's
Numbers. I mean,
I don't know
137 million?
how
137 million hours, like the entry to a movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
how,
okay, like,
wait,
for
how much
example-
how much did the 15 movie make?
How much is
There was a what? There was
137?
15.
Yeah, the Kingslayer. Final Fantasy 15 movie.
Okay. Ooh.
Yeah, it grossed 6.5 million.
Ooh. He only
Also-
got a 6.5 theatrical run and earned a further 4.5 million in the United States. Oh, I didn't hear anything about it. I would
Yeah,
feel
because
like,
because it flopped.
well, look, I think that there is like some fairness in that, like, look, the Mario movie crushed,
Yeah.
the Sonic movie crushed. I think if they gave a Final Fantasy IP to some fucking Hollywood studio that poops out these movies that gets 500 million, it would probably be pretty decent.
Probably.
Like, it wouldn't. I don't think it would be what Final Fantasy fans want, but I think it would probably do decently well.
It might open the floodgates for some people.
Maybe, but I mean, obviously, that's the name. The name brand of Mario is like, and Sonic is like so much bigger.
Yeah, of course,
But
of
I think that, there's definitely more that could be done.
And I mean, a big problem with Kingslave is that it is based on.
You have to know a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Which they need to, if they were to make a financial successfully movie, Final Fantasy, it would have to be either an original story,
Yeah.
or a story that is like can be explained with no prior lore.
Well, that was the problem with 15 when I watched it. I was like, I mean, I understand this because I've played 15, but also, why did you make a movie off of one of the most mid Final Fantasy games in the franchise?
What,
Like,
there was a movie or a show that came out recently that was from a game, and I didn't know anything about the game, and I thought it was really fun. The movie, what was it?
Blue Dragon.
movie, Joe.
There's an anime.
Okay, yes, but it's ass cheeks. Video game movies 2024. Okay.
Okay.
20,224.
Yeah. What are you looking
Fallout.
for?
I didn't know shit about Fallout. I fucking loved Fallout.
Yeah.
I did not watch Lara Croft: The Legend.
I mean, I feel like
Secret Level was fun.
video game movies, the reputation of video game movies has slowly been turned around.
Oh yeah.
With shows like
Last of Us.
Arcane
I never watched
and
Last of Us.
Fallout and Last of Us.
Yeah.
Before you had Final Fantasy, which I think on a conceptual level, Final Fantasy is just very, very hard to make a movie about.
Absolutely,
Right?
yeah.
Because what is Final Fantasy? Well, it's just what is it, you know?
Gay propaganda. That's an out of context.
Sakaguchi
That is
just
a
like, I
joke,
want
by
them
the
to
way.
suck
That
more
is a
dick.
joke. Just in case it wasn't clear.
But because like with Final Fantasy,
I mean, to be honest, Final Fantasy stories are extremely convoluted.
Yes.
yeah.
And you have to be willing to sit through a lot of shit to get to the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't really make a Final Fantasy movie on an existing game because you would assume that
The movie will have to be like 50 hours
The
long.
people who wrote the Final Fantasy 14 MMO online story, deranged people. Deranged people, how they thought this made any sense.
you haven't got to the good part yet.
Which is crazy because I've put 40 hours in
Nah.
and the story is batshit insane.
JRPG fans like, first time. Only 40 hours.
It's ridiculous. So needless to say,
Yeah.
I am curious to check this movie out though.
Have you ever watched an anime where you think it's just jumped the shark? Where instead of being like good, instead of being just a bad anime, you had faith in it and it just betrayed your investment.
I mean, Pupa was definitely one for me because I actually quite like the manga for it. What else is there? There's also a lot of...
I'll throw off some off the top of my head.
Give me an
Give me an example.
Okay. Not exactly the worst anime of all time, but certainly a car wreck, the more I watched. Alno Zero.
oh my god,
Yeah.
dude, Aldeno Zero. Because
True.
that was back when I used to watch Anime Weekly.
Yeah.
And I think I watched your videos as well.
Yeah.
And season 1 was so fucking fun.
It was fucking
good.
fire.
And then season 2, he just becomes God. He just literally becomes God. Like it like for some reason, where in the first one it's like plausible. So Aldeno Zero, I should explain a little bit. Go on, take it away.
It is a mecha anime that is written by Gen Urobuchi, and I believe it's coming from the director of Fate Zero, and from Studio Troika. And
So that's stacked already.
it's a stacked cast, and season 1 was pretty hype. The problem is that season 1 ended on the cliffhanger of all
Oh, it was a
cliffhangers.
fucking big
Yeah.
cliffhanger. And it was a 25 episodes, so there's
It
like
was-
meat
it was-
on the bone. Like it wasn't like you were getting into it.
Yeah, it was 25 episodes, and it ends. Season 1 ends on a cliffhanger of basically two or three of the main characters getting headshotted, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
This is Urobuchi. Gen Urobuchi has done it again.
The motherfucker did it again.
And then so season 2 starts, and everyone's alive, and everyone's just alive.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, and then he was already kind of OP, the main character in the show. Did you
Yeah.
watch it?
I did, but I
Like he was very
I remember very little
intelligent.
of it.
He was
Yeah.
a great pilot. Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
And it felt like it was like somewhat fair, even though obviously it was always stacked.
Yeah.
But then in season 2, they just fully went like, this man cannot be touched. He will win every battle. It's not
Yeah.
even close. And I mean, I don't know if even that is accurate, but that's what it felt like watching it.
Yeah,
I, again,
it
I watched it
was.
when it was airing in 2015, so 10 years ago.
Yeah, same here.
Is when I watched this because
Same here.
I watched this weekly, and this was one of the shows that I was so fucking hyped about because this was like I think one of the first really hyped shows I started watching as it was airing.
Yeah.
'Cause before that, like I'd watched everything after it aired, and this is when I first got into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Needless to say, like,
Fucking
this got memed to shit when this was airing, but I mean, it had the staff members and it had the cast list to back it up, and then
Dude.
it just Akame got killed.
I just clicked the
I was about to say.
I just clicked the summer 2014. Look at this list off rip.
I was after.
man.
It's funny. After Aldeno Zero, I was gonna bring up Akame Kill.
Dude,
Because this was another one where it was like, all right, premise is sounding interesting. First couple of episodes, okay, they're building it up, and then
this season was stacked
The
full of
more-
like shows you remember.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then the
Zankyou
more
no Terra?
episodes that went
Whispering
on, it was
Rise.
just like, oh god, Barakamon,
Free.
banger.
Oh, Book of Circus came out
Oh
then.
shit!
Rail
Rail
Wars.
Wars.
God fans
Space
know.
Dandy season 2.
Space Dandy, great fucking show.
Yeah. Dramatical murder.
Yo, the OG women gooners. Fate? What the fuck is this?
Oh,
What?
Fate Prisma,
Prisma
Ilia.
Ilia.
Yeah, this is the second season.
Persona 4.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Dude, like,
Damn, this is a blast from the past,
What a
man.
fucking look at this.
Back when it felt like they made shows good.
I know. Remember when seasons were good?
Okay, actually, but like, look, I could scroll down all this list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The TV continue. Oh, I mean, I guess this is.
Yeah, this
is
is
like
all-
the mainstays.
Yeah, this is all mainstay stuff.
But yeah, like,
yeah.
JoJo part three.
as
The
well.
second part was airing during this.
Yeah.
Oh my god, bro!
Damn, this is peak anime man era, man.
Dude,
This is
I watched
peak-
all of these.
Yes. I know.
So
right?
I don't remember most of them, but
Yeah. Yeah, so a lot of these, talking about biggest disappointments, it's funny because Alno02 is here. Akame
Kill.
and Tokyo Ghoul. Yo, the big three of like disappointments of this entire
just the
decade.
The disparity between
Barakamon too.
the disparity
Barakamon 3.
between the beginning of this season and the end of this season is just like it's like,
kind of-
bro.
yeah, wow. Like that's wow. That's
Yeah.
like such a fucking lineup for a season.
I know.
Yeah.
This is when though it was really fun. I felt like, and maybe that I'm getting older, but this is when like keeping up weekly with the seasonal shows was really fun.
Yeah.
Like it was actually because everyone was only really watching like 6 or 7 shows.
Yeah.
And yeah, but you'd have some people who'd watch like Love Stage or whatever. But
Yeah.
like, if you were an anime fan at this time, it was so fucking good because everyone was watching these shows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Like you could go online and talk to anyone, and they'd all be watching Akame Kill, Tokyo Ghoul, Sword Art Online 2, Zenkyo no Terra.
I'll How to Ride as well. A lot of people
Yeah,
watching.
everyone will be watching Aldno Zero.
Free.
Yeah.
Yes, my viewers will be watching Kurose Suji. Like it was really fun to
Yeah.
watch anime at that time, and now not so much. I guess we just get too much anime, and the way it's
yeah.
released is different.
Yeah.
Well, I think.
But I think I'm also getting older, and I'm less into it.
No,
like, as well.
no. As you know, someone who still makes videos on anime, I think there is definitely a truth to that. Like I've been thinking about, you know, I sometimes make like videos just reviewing the current state of like anime, and it almost feels like in this modern day, it's gonna sound like not hypocritical. It's gonna sound weird now that anime is more popular than ever.
Yeah.
But we're kind of seeing the death of the anime community.
Yeah, for
There,
sure.
there isn't
Yeah.
really an anime community
because
anymore.
it's been slowly spread out thin. That's
yeah,
why.
yeah. It's slowly been spread out.
It's
where-
gone from like a pretty like small yet deep community to now a really wide but kind of shallow community.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
I was literally thinking about this in like the shower the other day because I was like thinking about my first convention experience.
Yeah.
Okay, this is all we're gonna loop around here, but this
Yeah.
is gonna make sense. I met Chris, and the first time I told Chris this story, he's fucking dying laughing that I went to America and I had just such a weird experience the first time. The first anime convention I went to was in Indiana, and I had like 70 or 80,000 subscribers. But and the reason why I brought it up is because back then, like, it was really weird how if we went to an anime convention now, like obviously not to like go, you know, but we're pretty well known in the anime space. But I don't feel like at an anime convention now that like a good chunk of people would have any clue who we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, which is whatever, don't give a fuck. It's fine. But back then it was like when I went to one of these small cons, so many people would come up to me.
For sure.
And loads of people at the convention. And it definitely felt like, okay, that was much more of a community at that point.
Yeah.
There were a couple of people who are like 40, 50 who are definitely like the OG anime fans who've been watching it like VHS trading
Yeah.
from that dude from Milwaukee who had a copy of like fucking whatever the fuck he had in his basement. Like
Yeah.
those dudes were still around because you don't really see those guys anymore at anime conventions.
Yeah.
No.
But like back then there was still like a couple of those people around. But yeah, no. So that was just really interesting. And I just thought about how, yeah, man, the anime community has changed so much where like now it really does feel like, yeah, it's so shallow. Like you mentioned, like
Yeah, the culture has shifted for
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, it's growing more and more. Like, no, you never see. I say the death of the anime fan because you don't see someone who's just like, hey guys, I'm a gaming fan. Like,
Yeah.
no one's a fan of gaming. People
Yeah.
just game. You know,
Yeah.
people just play games.
Yeah.
In the
It's
same
like
way,
movies.
Yeah.
You watch the movie you like.
Yeah, in the same way that now anime is just becoming more synonymous with pop culture, that people are just, people don't just say they're an anime fan anymore. People just watch One Piece or they catch the latest episode of Jujutsu Kaisen. They just watch stuff. It's
gotten to the that's the thing. It's gotten to the point now where it hasn't turned into like a niche that you can like really sink into, but rather just like another thing that everybody does. And now it's almost gone to the point where in some parts it's weird to not watch anime.
Well, yeah, because like I think a lot of people, it's very normal to watch Jujutsu Kaisen or these big shows.
Yeah.
But then, like, I would say someone who might watch Ard Noah Zero does not have a whole lot in common with someone who just watches, like,
Exactly.
Jujutsu Kaisen or whatever comes up, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just so different.
Yeah.
Very different.
And not to say that there aren't people within that shallow pool who are like super deep into it or whatever. Like, of course not. But I feel because now there are so many more people who are just kind of skimming the surface of anime and not wanting to go further deep. Yeah, it's harder to be like, hey, do you know that like one super niche show from like the mid 2014 or whatever?
Yeah.
And they'll be like, 99 times out of 100 now, just be like, no, what the fuck is that? You can't talk to these people anymore.
And
Oh my God.
I think it's just kind of like mirrored the way the internet has grown with its community as well, which is just instead of being one uniform kind of community, it's just a lot of bubbles.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, when even though you had a lot less subscribers, you probably got recognized more at conventions
way more.
back in the day. Because now, even though our subscriber numbers, our viewer numbers are like way bigger than they were back then, people who attend conventions, do they just watch Netflix shows? Do they get their entertainment from TikTok? Maybe there are some people who watch YouTube like us, There are so many different like bubbles and circles where you can be part of an anime community without having to really even converse or engage with any other parts of the community.
Yeah, and I felt like there was a lot of emphasis on watching like the classics back then. Like you would watch the best shows that have been around for a long time. Whereas now I feel like there's not really a need to, because there's always so much shit coming out.
Yeah.
And you're not going to have a conversation about Chobits anymore unless you're talking to us.
Which, as a Chobits fan, I'm severely disappointed.
Which, let's listen to the opening one more time.
Run it back! Run it back!
Banger!
No, it's got to be the best one for real.
This is legit the best one for real.
Dude, it's so good.
Oh, God.
I hope this doesn't get copyright claimed, because
This will
is
definitely
so-
get copyright
Fuck.
claims.
They don't
We're going
make-
to have to cut all of this.
Fuck.
They
We're
don't
gonna-
make him like they
We're-
used to,
No.
man.
We're vibing right now. You can't see it.
They don't make him like they used to, man.
Crying, I miss being young.
Oh my god.
Oh, God, do you know? Do you know one of the nights I think about? It's the night where we were in Singapore, and it was me, Joey, and Alan, and all we did until like 5 a.m. was just blast like anime openings,
Drunk as shit.
drunk as shit, having Domino's pizza. That was just a absolute fucking.
I've never sweat more in my life once the fucking Air Gear opening came on.
Oh my God!
And
The
I'm
Air
like,
Gear
I've
opening.
never headbanged harder in my fucking life. There's just three
Yeah, I was
dudes just
there.
fucking
Yeah, I was there. I
moshing
was
in
there.
a Singapore like Airbnb to the Air Gear opening.
I never felt so left out in my life. Seeing you all of you guys being happy in Singapore, and I was stuck in fucking the UK.
Oh yeah, this was like pre-Japan.
Yeah, this is
Pre-us
years
moving
ago.
Japan. I was living in Thailand, which is why it was easy for me to.
Yeah, because you
fly-
just went there. Right?
I just went there.
I was like, fuck, man. I was like, I'm living nowhere. I would have showed up if we were partying. Dude,
what
it
a
makes
fucking-
makes you realize how fucking fun hanging out was when you're so young, because you just get like there's no consequences.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just like, yeah, let's just fucking get drunk till 5 and figure it out.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I'm like, shit, man, I gotta go to the doctor. I gotta talk to my accountant tomorrow. Like, dude, if you're watching this and you're 22, just fucking go out and have some fun.
Yeah, go to your
Watch
friends,
some fucking anime. Get the boys together.
get the boys
Get
together,
some fucking pizza.
get some drinks, and
That's the shit
then
you remember.
once you get drunk enough, just fucking get the Bluetooth on, just start blasting your favorite anime openings and just fucking mosh out, man. That's the best
Yeah.
nights.
God, like some of these shows, even though I look back at them, Akame ga Kill makes me somewhat nostalgic
I
nowadays.
like Akame ga Kill. I'm in the minority.
What did you like about Akame ga Kill?
How old was I? I was 18, so this is like
Shit,
everything I
you
wanted.
were on like the tail end.
Yeah,
of
this
like
is- this
the
is-
age this would appeal to.
Yeah, this is literally like my fantasy. I wanted a strong, powerful woman to dominate my life.
I gotta say, I can't argue with that.
I mean, look, I can't argue with that
can't argue
sentiment.
with that.
Do I know this show is dumb? 100%. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
did I want to be
Tatsumi?
Tatsumi so badly? Yes.
It wasn't even just that. It was just the amount of like I remember people were just like, "Oh, this is so good. Every character is just dying.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so unpredictable."
It's like, meanwhile, I'm like me who's played Halo Reach. First time.
I mean, look, don't get me wrong. Like, there were parts of it I enjoyed. Like, I do remember having a ravenous attraction to Esdeath.
Who
That's
didn't,
what I'm
Joey?
saying, bro.
You know,
I think you know, the category of being attracted to Esdeath is having a pulse.
Yeah,
you know,
pretty much.
Yeah, it's just a shame that the show was kind of ass. But I think it came at the right time in my life where I felt like it was exactly what I needed.
Well,
Right.
I feel like every generation. I don't know what is the modern Akame ga Kill?
Solo leveling. No,
Wait, hold up.
I think he's cooking.
Maybe he's
Well,
cooking.
'cause,
It's not as edgy as Akame ga Kill.
But then when I ask people to tell me why they like solo leveling, I feel like they talk about it the way I talked about Akame ga Kill. Like they can't tell me anything that's actually like really unique or
Yeah.
good about the show. They're just like, nah, but it's like sick though.
Yeah, I just enjoyed it.
Yeah.
yeah.
One
for sure.
word. Aura. That's it.
Well, that's the shows that go right now, right? Aura farming is a thing.
Yeah,
You know about
yeah.
Aura farming.
Yeah.
Like this is all like
I think the JJK community has just proved that if you have aura, everything else is irrelevant.
Yeah.
You know?
It's all aura is the only thing that
Everything
matters.
is forgiven.
Because one big difference I will say when you compare solo leveling to something like Sword Art Online, Kirito does not have the aura.
Negative
Maybe
aura.
Kirito has no aura.
Negative aura.
Maybe as a kid I thought he did, but looking back I'm like, God damn,
He's just
boy.
a little shit.
But I think like when you're like 15, that shit's like crack to you. Like
Well,
just
no,
seeing
totally.
a
Well-
guy that you wish you could be.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, that's why, like, you know, when I was 15, like, I thought Highschool DxD was like the best fucking show on the planet.
Hey, you take that back.
Because I was like, I want to be Issei. I want to be the fucking super, you know, the super strong main character
yo,
with all
There's
with all the
no
bitches.
way this is genuinely a 7.
There is a way it's genuinely
It
a
is
7.
genuinely a 7.
It is a masterpiece, baby.
Like
This is the shit.
I did watch 3 seasons of this, but that's okay.
Yeah, dude, this was the shit.
No one who here's the thing. No one who I've met who has watched Highschool DxD has a bad thing to say
Yeah.
about Highschool DxD.
How many
Like,
seasons do they have?
They had 5, I think.
Oh my god, I watched
But they
so
changed.
many.
But they changed studios halfway, and that's when I lost it.
Like,
did
this
they
is-
ever become like just straight porn?
What do you mean? Fuck, did you watch it?
I did, yeah, but it wasn't like porn.
I mean, it was pretty
it,
horny.
it had titty.
It wasn't like hentai.
I mean, no, it never got to that realm, but like, it was always kind of on the cusp. Like, you know,
This is the gateway to hentai. People don't realize it because they want to like draw the line. Like a lot of people don't want to watch hentai, and then they watch this and they're like,
Yeah.
look,
I want to watch
look,
hentai.
High School DxD ran so Reed Over Healer could walk. All right.
Yeah.
Reading Hill was
This is the
Reading
in
Hill
ter-
was
in-
actually terrible.
In terms
though.
of the horniness level, though, this was the show that like started it.
like the fact that this is a 6. Like I hate to be that guy, but this has to be like bumped up just because of the current political like landscape. They're like, yeah, it's a man.
I mean, I don't
owning.
know. I thought it was all right.
It wasn't good.
I thought it was okay.
You are just saying that because you met a series writer and you feel like you can't say it's shit.
No, I can't say it's shit. I said it was shit to his face.
Okay, how did he respond to that?
He just laughed.
Oh.
And he's like, I'll cry in my Benz.
No way.
He says something along those lines. He's like, bro, I don't care.
Price in money.
He's like, bro, I don't care. I'm rich.
Fair enough.
Well, you know what, based.
I mean, like my generation Akame ga Kill was most definitely Elfen Lied.
Elfen Lied.
Elfen Lied.
That was the GOAT.
God.
I think if Elfen Lied was Elfen Lied sexual?
I mean, it had naked
can't-
women.
yeah,
It had a lot
but
of
it
naked
wasn't.
women.
It wasn't
Sexual,
so
no.
much like
It was more edgy. It was just really, really gory.
It wasn't so much like,
No.
oh my god, I want to be this guy because holy shit, this world is horrific.
None of these
Yeah.
guys you want to be.
Yeah, you don't wanna be any of these
But
guys.
this is the show where you watched as a kid and you're like, damn, I'm an adult now. I see
yeah,
blood.
Anime is not just for kids.
I see
I guess
blood.
because like we didn't really have anything like this, like in Western thing where like people were just being fucking decapitated and it was
Yeah.
dark
Yeah.
and grimy and it was, you know, it was just edge, pure edge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the first scene of the first episode is a severed arm on the ground.
Like the entire fucking like what are they called? The scientists, just all like guards being fucking
just been getting
Yeah.
absolutely demolished.
Yeah.
And I like fuck. When did this come out? 2011, something like that. Oh, 2000
Joey.
2004.
Yeah, when I got into anime,
Oh my god.
this was like Because there was like I don't know which store it was in the UK. There was a store that just sold every anime for like £10 a season. And I would just buy everything. Because this is when I had money, when I went to McDonald's.
Yeah, right.
So I would just buy all these and watch them.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of fucking disappointments, like this was around the period where like, all right, so this was when I was probably 15, maybe when I first watched Elfen Lied. You know, right at the peak time where like, you know, I'm 15 and this is deep.
Yeah.
Right. And I was like, Elfen Lied, modern masterpiece. What else has this man made? Oh, he made this show called Gokkoku no Brynhilde.
Oh!
And then I watched
God.
it, and I watched it thinking, damn, this is gonna be like Elfen Lied, and it was ass. This show was so ass.
Was it a horror episode? A horror thing?
Yeah. It's made by the same guy
Mild nudity.
who made Elfen Lied.
Okay, so what is it about?
He basically was just trying to bank off of Elfen Lied's success.
Okay.
But with a really just dog water story.
Yeah.
And that was the big disappointment for me. I was like, it was so bad that it made me question if Elfen Lied was even good.
Elfen Lied wasn't good.
It wasn't good.
Yeah.
But at the time, I thought it was good.
This basically just didn't have the same edgy appeal as Elfen Lied did.
Nah.
It came out 10 years later as well.
Yeah, 2014 again.
Spring 2014.
Yeah.
What came out then? What are they competing against?
No Game, No Life, and
Oh
Haikyuu.
my god, JoJo Part 3.
Fairy Tale. Black Bullet! Oh my god!
Dude, I always bring this up as the quintessential, like mid-2010s, 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like when you think of a 7 out of 10,
7 out of 10.
I wouldn't even rate this a 7, dude.
realistically
seven
it's
out
a
of
5.
It's realistically
Dude, but
5,
this was really popular when
This
it
was
was airing.
very popular.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why, like the fucking masked villain guy was really fucking popular. This guy.
Yeah.
Everyone loved this guy. You remember this guy?
Yeah, I remember
This is such a... I don't know why. I can't put my finger on why, but I feel like this is such a Tumblr-coded, like...
Yeah, it was,
I
for
don't know.
God, ping
Something
pong.
about it would have popped off from Tumblr.
Look at this fucking season, dude. Mikakusti
Fuck,
Actors,
I watched
Data
this
Life
show.
2, Ping
Was this
Pong.
good?
I enjoyed it.
I watched this. I don't
It's
remember
aight.
anything about it.
I read the novels for it.
Is this a series? Do they have a bunch? No.
No,
No.
there was only one season of the anime, but the novel series had like 12 volumes or something.
Yeah.
It was a really long series,
Oh
yeah.
my god, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She looked like budget Hatsune Miku.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, Black Bullet was also fun.
Yeah.
I would wonder if Black Bullet was made today, what would Twitter's reaction be to it? Because holy shit, some of the scenes in that. Do you remember the scene where
exactly what you're talking about.
it's just obviously there's like sussy scenes where he wakes up in bed with like the fucking two.
I don't remember this.
Do you not remember this?
No, I don't.
The scene I remember was, I think he was like, he saved a fucking hospital or something, and he's just surrounded by kids or something. And he's
What?
just laughing.
Yeah, there's some really sus scenes in Black Bullet.
Black Bullet.
Hospital.
Bit
Was it a hospital?
I can't remember.
ending, sure. Okay.
I don't think it's this. No.
No.
But I don't know. You don't have to go too far to find
Yeah.
sussy scenes in Black Bullet. And I'm like, ooh, in this current climate, ooh.
Yeah,
How would this go down?
This was around the time where I think the anime industry was just like a little too reliant on light novels, where they're like, all right, this will do. Let's animate this, I guess.
Oh my god,
Oh, dude, what was the smirk at the end there? Oh my god.
To be fair, there are way sussier scenes than that in Black
Yeah,
Bullet.
yeah.
This scene definitely hits the hardest in the series. Whoa, so sad.
Oh my god.
This anime takes discrimination to its core. Makes me so mad.
Oh fuck.
God.
So
I mean,
funny.
I think Black Bullet wasn't a bad show. It was just a mid show.
It was- yeah, it was
like a lot of other
okay.
these stuff. Another Akame
Another
kill. Future Diary. Mirai
God, yeah.
Nikki. Mirai
Again,
Nikki.
another one where the first time I watched it, I was like, all right, that was pretty good. And then
Is she,
years
like-
later, I rewatched it. I was like, actually, this was not very good.
So obviously there was yandere's before her.
Yes.
But is
Yes.
she like the one that propelled, Gasai, is she the one that propelled like yandere into like the stratosphere in terms of anime fandom?
In the West, probably. In Japan, though, it was Kaede from Shuffle.
What? Shuffle?
You remember Shuffle?
I remember Shuffle.
This was the GOAT.
Yeah.
2005?
This was the GOAT.
Which one's the yandere?
The orange-haired
Of
girl.
course it's the orange-haired girl.
Yeah, Fuyo Kaede. She was the one who, for me, was like, oh, shit, yanderes are a thing.
But what did she? I can't remember. Did she go as hard as Gasai?
No.
Because Gasai
Almost
almost
was like killing everyone.
But Yuno wasn't even yandere. She was just fucking psycho.
Joey.
I feel-
That's the point.
That's the
No,
point.
no, but it's to the point. Like,
No,
like,
no, no.
like Kaede doesn't kill anyone.
No,
That's the thing.
Like Gasai was literally obsessive to a cartoonish point. There
Yeah.
was zero fucking subtlety to the Gasai-esque yandere.
to the point where you couldn't take it seriously. Whereas Kaede was the type of yandere where it's like, actually, someone like this could exist, and that's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
And I think that's why she's a better yandere than ever would be.
Well, depends. Different,
Oh, wow.
different strokes for different
The voice
folks,
actor
right?
Yeah.
of Nagasai has done like nothing else. Wow.
Yeah. Damn.
Damn, living on those royalties, huh? But yeah, I mean, to me at least, I feel like she definitely like made it a trope
Yes.
more so than anything. It's the same way where you had tsunderes and kuderes with like Evangelion,
Yeah.
where they were more subtle, and then
Yeah.
as anime evolved, they got more and more tropey. Gasai was the first one in my eyes who was just purely
Psycho.
purely psycho on the yandere side.
Yeah,
You point to yandere and you think Gasai.
I think it's because they fuck too that helps.
Do they?
They fuck in the show.
Do they?
Yeah, they fuck in the show.
When?
Do you remember this?
No.
When do they fuck? Oh, that's a porn site.
Careful, Connor, careful.
careful.
Fantastic fandub. Mirai Nikki, happy ending.
I don't think they fucked.
No, they'd fuck, dude.
Oh my god, I remember this.
Dude, they fuck.
This happened. Oh my
Wait,
god.
you don't remember that they
I
fuck?
don't remember
I
this.
completely
Look at this.
forgot that this happened.
I don't remember this at all.
Why is there a fandub for this scene?
Whoa. I don't remember this at all.
Yeah, they like fuck. And then like she goes like Giga Psycho because I think like in the show or something, I can't remember exactly. Like she's basically like just solo carrying him through this thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, thanks for that. Love you.
Bye.
Let's fuck. And then she like, I think finishes the job.
Yeah. I completely forgot about that until you.
Yeah, and I think that really helped the popularity of the show.
Right.
Because I think
Yeah.
it was kind of like fucking badass for like anime back then. Like no, they didn't have sex scenes in anime. It just didn't happen often.
No, I think it's just that whole thing of the birth of anime fans being like, I can fix her.
Yeah.
That's all it was. And it's like, oh, cute girl who is psycho and will kill for me, tee-hee, I can fix her. Like, it
Yeah.
was that whole thing.
I can't believe that show is the 36th most popular show on Mal because I feel like it's
I'm not surprised.
it's pretty bad. But then again, I feel like the death game trope is really hard to tackle.
Yeah.
Because if you're following someone, you know they're gonna win or not die immediately, so you kind of feel like the stakes are not there.
Yeah.
So I feel like they need to, if they were to do it again, it might be more interesting to follow perspectives and then show people dying.
I mean,
don't
I
know.
feel like when this came out, death games
Was so
hadn't been
popular.
done to death already, and now it's just
Yeah.
now it's just everywhere.
Yeah,
I think Battle Royale when that came out was fucking revolutionary.
But also, I mean, like the first 3 episodes of the show were pretty good, and then
Yeah.
the moment it started getting deeper, it started just getting worse and worse.
yeah.
As it kind of started losing the plot.
Yeah.
Because it had 26 episodes, but it pretty much broke down pretty quickly, I feel like,
Yeah.
in terms of.
The opening premise was promising, but it just kind of kept derailing in a direction where it's like, what? No, stop. Why are you going that way?
Yeah. All right. Actual hot take.
Yeah.
Since this reminded me.
Okay.
Talking about animes that fell off
Yeah.
in my eyes. Your Line April.
Really?
Yes.
See,
Yes,
this is
considering-
interesting because it's like I hear a lot of. I feel with Your Lie in April, it's either you fucking love it and you think this is like the greatest show of the modern era,
Oh,
or
the
people
piano-
are like,
piano thing?
that was a
Yeah,
shit
the-
ending.
The piano thing. I see. This is definitely going to get me in hot water considering how beloved this is. But I kind of like lost interest about halfway through when it switched. It completely switched, in my opinion, from being a well-written music drama about a guy dealing with his trauma when it comes to playing this musical instrument and kind of like learning to overcome that trauma and learning to like love playing music again. And then it just went full melodrama and I'm like, oh. Have you seen Your Lie in April?
No, I kind of had the two things I wasn't interested in, love and music. So I would just probably not enjoy this.
For me,
you would not enjoy this.
For me, it almost felt like halfway through, they were like this story about this man overcoming his trauma. Not depressing enough. We need
she like dies, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I know that like just randomly.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry.
Spoiler alert.
We'll put a spoiler alert before we do that. Yeah, I just know that like she like dies of like cancer or something. Halfway
Yeah, she does. Not halfway through, the end. At the very end.
At the very end.
That's fucking evil.
It's hinted maybe like 4 or 5 episodes before, and then
What
it's
is it like?
just this.
Is it like the coughing blood meme?
I don't remember.
I can't remember. It's
No,
been a
I don't
while.
think-
My most hated trope in his TV show is when the character coughs blood. And then like 3 episodes later they die.
I guess this is the end. No, there was nothing like that. They did it in like a subtle way, whereas like I remember the scene actually. I think she like the main character just finishes like a concert that he had been like really like hyping up for, and then she's like, "You did a good job. By the way, I have cancer." I remember it coming like really suddenly.
Like horseshoed in? Or did it just not feel natural?
I mean,
or what was the
I
problem with
completely understand why people do not like the ending for this, because in a sense, it does kind of feel horseshoed in and very almost forced.
it? Right.
It like for me as a viewer, it felt like the series going one direction. Like I said, like the story about a guy getting over his trauma,
Yeah.
and then it just felt like from my memory, it felt like halfway through there was a sudden shift where it was like, okay, actually, we're going to focus on the cancer aspect of this now,
It's
which
like-
is depressing.
Yeah, it's
you know?
like, did you watch March Comes In Like a Lion?
I did not watch that one. I heard that one was very depressing.
That's a great show. It's like that. It's like if you're watching this like really great human drama, or like Ping Pong, right?
Yeah.
You're watching this like
I
great
love
human
Ping Pong.
drama about like, you know.
And then he just dies of cancer.
no, and then the main character's best friend comes over and is like, "That was a great ping pong match.
I've died.
I have cancer."
Oh, I get it. So like,
no.
So
And the cherry on top. Also, I actually loved you as well.
Yeah.
I completely forgot
by
about
the
that.
way, I
By
loved
the
you
way,
this whole
I
time.
loved you.
so yeah, people in the animation where they're like telling a really well thought out story, and then it just turns into like some kind of Oscar bait, like I'm dying.
Yeah, like a
It's
Romeo and
over.
Juliet situation.
It just kind of like
basically,
it
yeah.
fucking crashes the car into the side of the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
see why people like it because it is very sad, very melodramatic.
It's a format that works.
Yeah.
And it has worked in the past, but
Yeah.
I just feel like, I completely get it. Like, I love that show. I love March Comes Like a Lion.
Your Lie in April.
Your Lie in April, excuse me. But, I completely get why people are like, that ending was just kind of
I
forced.
thought it was like super great, and then it just went full on in your face depression, and I was like, man, man, I can see what you're doing.
Man, Yowamushi Pedal is another sports anime that I wish I liked more.
So,
I watched the full fucking. I think it was like 50 episodes or 38. I watched the full 38 episodes.
I never watched this.
I
actually.
liked it. I don't know. I think cycling is just tough to make it look cool.
I mean, now that
as a
you're-
cyclist.
I mean, now that you're into cycling, you should give it a watch.
yeah,
I mean, I watched this
Oh, wait, no, I guess you did.
like 17, 18.
Yeah.
Watched the whole thing. I believe I watched the second season, if I'm not mistaken. Was there a second season? I watched all of this season, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yowamushi. So yeah, this is like, and I feel like sports animes, they get a lot of like safety from being called shit. I feel like because they have the fans of the sport.
Yeah.
So they like them, and often it's a very safe formula. Look at all this.
And often,
Look at all this.
And often with
What is
sports
all
anime,
this?
there is an incredibly dedicated female audience as well, so it's hard to combat that.
Like so many. Okay, the new generation. Wait, so that what? Okay, this is the second season. I think I watched this one too. Yes, I did watch both these seasons.
Holy shit, that's really highly rated. 8.
It's really popular, and I think like for a show that I watched 60 episodes about, you'd think I would remember anything or like have felt fondly about it.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
But again, it's like it's just characters that didn't really like. There's like this guy was the coolest character. I didn't really like this guy. I don't really like these two. And then, you know, like where Kuroko no Basket, when the powers are fucking dumb, you're like, okay, whatever. When the powers are dumb in this, you're like,
What the fuck kind of power can you have with cyclists?
I remember like, dude, have you ever seen the main like antagonist cycle?
No.
Yowamushi Pedal. I don't know if he was the main antagonist. He's definitely one of the weird cycling. This dude, look at this fucking animation, bro.
I've definitely seen this guy's face before, though.
He's like,
Yeah.
he like
Is it
literally
one
looks
with
like
the
a
shark
monster.
teeth?
Yeah.
Dude, look how he cycles.
Man.
Dude, how they cycle is insane. Like, he like, yeah, he has like, he looks like a human snake.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, he's like, oh, he was just, everything's gross.
Oh, I've seen him.
I've seen this, yeah.
Yeah, he's just so weird. And he like looks really fucking weird. He's cool though. I liked him.
I like him.
He's weird though.
He's
But
alright.
yeah, I
that
mean,
one.
you know, it was one of those animes that you were like, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Happy you're there. I think
Yeah.
most sports anime end up being like that.
Yeah.
They're like, don't you feel like
What?
whenever you watch a sports anime that you never hear about ever again, you're like, okay, that was fun.
I mean, I feel that's most sports anime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like...
I mean, except for the
they-
ones
well,
that
'cause-
are already in like the goated
Well, because I
stats.
feel
Yeah.
like sports animes aren't often about sports. They're about growing up and moving on with school and stuff a lot of the time. I feel like that's normally.
Yeah.
If it's like this, where it's like, we're in the middle school team, we got 3 years left, our senpai's leaving, you know, Haikyuu is the kind of same where it's all about, you know.
Well, I think the difference is that with Yowamushi Pedal, it was decently popular, but it was not like the sports anime of the generation.
It wasn't like Haikyuu.
There's
or
no
anything.
Haikyuu, Kuroko, or
Yeah, I mean,
Blue Lock
for
is now.
100,000 ratings for like, you know, that's not a lot. So I
Yeah.
think Blue Lock has,
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
Blue Lock is massive. That is
Okay,
the
that's-
wrong.
that's not-
that's
Hell,
the
Blue
wrong
Sky.
blue.
What is that?
There's a lot of blue.
This probably has like 400,000.
Yeah, 400,000.
That's crazy.
And I mean, it was the top selling manga in Japan of that year.
Yep.
So
I can't understand sometimes though when it happens in Japan. It feels like they're just like World Cup. All right, we'll buy every manga.
Yeah.
Like some guys like, all right, I'll go and buy every volume. Like what? Is that how you guys decide what you watch?
That's exactly what
Yeah.
happens.
That's crazy.
Japan is all about like, oh, is this thing really popular and trending right now? I need to be part of this no matter what.
Oh, the water cooler conversations need to be kept up with.
Exactly. I need to be a cog in the system. I need to fit in.
is there any anime you know is like fucking objectively bad, but you still fuck with?
School days.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Joey.
That's what I thought
So
of.
you admit that is bad, Joey?
It is bad. It's just
right.
really fun to watch.
Oh
Thank
man, what is some? I don't know because I probably repressed it into
Yeah.
my memory.
I don't know why, but I know it's fucking horrific and horrid. I still like Guilty Gear. No, not Guilty Crown.
Guilty
I
Crown?
love Guilty Crown, bro.
Guilty Crown, which was so fucking bad.
I mean, the ending. I've never watched an ending to an anime that like physically made me angry.
I mean, it's hard because you go from like fucking Lelouch to Shu,
yeah,
which is like aura minus 5 million.
yeah.
And it's like, because, you know, Inori's, you know,
Yeah.
Inori's Inori.
Yeah, Inori.
No,
yeah.
no complaints.
Yeah.
But Shu, do you remember anything about Shu?
No.
I remember he had an arm thing. That was it. But I remember the OST for this went so
Oh yeah,
fucking
yeah.
hard.
That's what was like the amazing thing about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This had one of the most goated
This
openings
reminded
as well.
me of fucking a Cell World.
Oh!
You remember the show?
I remember this
Oh
show.
my god!
The show that like you thought about watching, but then you saw this character design, you were like, maybe not today, and then you eventually get around to it.
Yeah.
I watched this shit and I was like, oh, this is made by the same guy who made Sword Art Online. Bet. Let's check it out.
It's actually so ass.
It's ass, dude.
But I liked it. I liked it because I liked when no one else, anyone else but him was on screen.
Well, I like Kuroyuki Hime, the main girl.
Yeah,
She's cute.
She's cute.
Yeah.
I just didn't fuck with
I didn't fuck with the main character at all.
Haruyuki. I
You
didn't
know,
it was
you're like you look at a character like this, and I don't want to be judgmental, but at the same time, I'm just like, damn, maybe I do want a aesthetically appealing main character so I can self-insert myself
It's
into.
just,
You know,
it's just weird because it's like little bro doesn't look like he's from the same like
No.
world. Like the character design is so different.
Yeah, the Porky
Yeah.
Pig looking ass. Also hilarious fact, the Exiled main character and Shu from Guilty Crown, same voice actor.
oh shit.
Kazuyuki.
Okay.
Just wanted to throw that out there.
But I remember this was long.
Yeah,
Didn't this have like 2 seasons?
26, I think.
Did it
Right?
have 2 seasons or am I dreaming?
Yeah, it was like
that?
24 episodes.
Oh, 24.
Yeah.
I just remember it was long and I remember it was really shit with the dialogue.
No, it was only one episode. One season. I
Okay,
believe.
do you remember the thing I hated about the show? Maybe you don't remember this. They communicated through their mind. So
Yes.
often the dialogue, the scenes were like this. And they were talking and you're like, man, really saved the budget in the animation in this one, huh?
The only thing moving on the screen was the subtitles.
Dude, I just remember like watching this show and it must feel like maybe, I don't know, if I was a heroin addict and I smoked a cigarette, must feel like. It's like it just about made me feel okay during watching it. And the moment I was done, I needed more Sword Art Online. Back when I was like 15.
Yeah,
I feel like
You watched this because you're desperate for more Sword Art Online.
pretty much.
Back
Yeah,
when
pretty
Sword Art
much.
Online was
Was-
everything.
Yeah.
You were like, this is what I want in life. I want everything. I need this.
Absolutely.
Because at a time, viewers, you might not know this, Sword Art Online was the coolest thing in the world when it came out.
Yep. Absolutely.
Everyone thought it was like the best thing ever.
I gave it a 9.5 out of 10 on my website.
yeah, you did. You
Because
did.
it was like gamers and anime fans, we got something for us. So it was very popular.
and isekai, the isekai genre just wasn't a thing back
No.
then either.
No.
so I felt like this was you would watch this after you watched Sword Art Online.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say, Excel World to this day,
It's good.
I enjoyed it enough. It still stands out compared to a lot of like the copy and paste isekais you get now.
I don't remember anything about
But I
it.
don't
so
remember
well.
much about it. if
I don't
I'm being
remember
honest.
anything about this show.
Yeah. I just remember the pig avatar.
Yeah,
that's
that's-
pretty much it. That's pretty much
Yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah. Did they ever say why they drew him like that? Like so different from everyone else?
Fuck if I know, dude.
Yeah, I'm just going through 2012, see if I can find anything that I watched that was mid as fuck. Oh my god,
Sakamichi
do you remember
Napono.
Yowamushi?
Yeah, I remember your.
I enjoyed that.
That was a great fucking show.
That was a good show.
was
Oh,
actually-
Nazo no Kanojo X.
What is the show?
That's the one where everyone was like, "Hey, I think I like saliva now."
Yeah, this
Wait,
one
what?
this one was
Wait,
the
why?
artist projecting their spit fetish
Yeah.
into a
What?
romance show.
Yeah, I will say though, main girl, kind of hot.
God fucking damn it, Joey.
minus
anime-
the whole spit thing.
That scene from. Okay.
Yeah, don't show this. This is gonna get us age restricted. I
Yeah,
swear
Wait,
down.
okay, let me have a look at this.
Swear down.
Fuck.
What's wrong? Oh my god, I remember that.
The worst you can say is no. As far as I'm aware, this girl can share and feel emotions through saliva. What? Is it the whole premise of the show?
Yeah, that's right. It was like she was like a kind of the class recluse,
Yeah.
and she falls in love with the main guy. But the only way that she could like express her love was for her to like stick a finger in her mouth and then make him eat her saliva.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that was the whole premise of that show.
What?
Oh god, another show that is
Mid-upper
bad,
box.
but I still enjoyed.
Yeah.
Another.
Oh my god. Dude, I was thinking about midist anime and another was on my way.
Another.
Because back in the day when you wanted a
God.
horror anime, this was the one that everyone recommended.
Yeah.
And it's so ass because of that one scene.
Which scene? One scene?
The umbrella scene?
Umbrella scene?
I hated this one. Oh, this is so dumb.
This is so funny.
This was hilarious. There's this one and also the elevator scene. The elevator scene as well, where she
no.
fucking face plants in the elevator and dies. Oh, the teacher one
the
as well.
teacher
Oh my
one.
god, this one. I fucking remember this. He's like,
Yo, I hate horror media, but this is just the perfect get some beers with the boys.
Yeah.
And just watch a shitty horror movie, man.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this show about?
Yeah. And they never really explained why that happened.
You know what anime I thought was gig overrated? We've talked about it a million times. Erased. I just think there's never a bad time to shit on
facts.
Erased.
Yeah.
100% facts.
I mean, you know,
that was
we are not
another
the
show
biggest
where
fan of
like the
Erased.
first half was like, all right, this looks promising. And then around episode 7 or 8 or whenever it was, and they were like, hey, you know that villain you've been trying to find? Maybe it's the guy with the fucking glowing red eyes.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Fuck, I remember I tried to watch fucking Vanguard.
Really?
There was just so many fucking episodes and I couldn't get around to it.
I never got around to this one.
Oh god.
I will say, even though, like, there was a point where I was really, really invested in Darling in the Franxx.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that era.
Me too.
Oh, man, do you remember that?
I remember that era.
Oh my god, I remember this show as well.
Yeah, that was a good show.
My Little
Actually.
Monster, that was always like on Crunchyroll whenever you went on there. It would always list it as like one of the best.
That was actually
Yeah.
a good show.
Fuck yeah, Darling in the Franxx, everyone was obsessed with that show when it came out.
It
like
was-
Zero Two was the waifu.
Yep.
I mean,
for, like,
she was
2 years.
Yeah, and I remember Darling in the Franxx. I was like, "Yo, this is fucking legit. This is a great show." That was the biggest like jump the shark moment of all time.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, where they're like, "Yo, blood, aliens," and then it proceeds to get like more and more. Like progressively more and more stupid.
Yeah.
Like,
You got studio triggered.
like within the space of like 4 episodes, you end with like 02 turning into a huge fucking mech
stupid.
Yeah.
mech monster, and you're like, what happened?
It's like-
what actually happened?
I'll accept that they pilot it with their ass cheeks.
Yeah, yeah,
I'll
yeah.
accept that.
Yeah.
But the moment they went into space with it, I was like, what the fuck is this, man? What
Yeah,
the
they
fuck
went
is
full
this?
end of Ava on that
This
shit.
is so dumb.
Like, I enjoyed it in a different way because there's like, this is the first time when I had enjoyment, like literal, like I enjoyed it because I thought it was a great show. I was invested in the story and the characters. And then the switch flipped and I enjoyed it for the complete opposite
Yeah,
reasons.
you have
just because it was like, how bad of a car crash can this be?
I remember as well. I think it was like episode 16 or whatever it was, where like the blue haired girl, the side chick, like there was that whole controversy where she gets like spoiler, she gets like rejected by the main character.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the Darling in the Franxx community exploded.
I remember this. It was like it was online. It was crazy.
Yeah, like people
Yeah.
were sending like death threats to the voice actress and shit. And that was the first time where I was like, okay, guys, it's just an anime.
Let's
Relax.
chill. Let's chill.
I watched this one
I watched
so
this
far.
show too.
Oh my god. This is like peak I was watching everything era.
Do you remember Devil's a Part-Timer?
Hell
What
yeah.
happened to season 2? Why did no one ever speak about this
It
show?
was not great.
Ooh.
It was not great.
Wait, so what happened?
I think
Yeah, what happened?
it just wasn't as good.
And also, I feel like at the time it was very good. Maybe if it came out today, it wouldn't be.
Yeah, I think it just stands out a lot less now because the whole like reverse isekai concept. If you're doing an isekai concept, you better be doing something special to like stand out from the crowds.
Yeah.
And I think the magic of it was just gone. I think.
Yeah.
Honestly,
For sure.
not too much to say about that.
Unfortunate.
Unfortunate. Oh, the fall-offs. Orimo.
Data
Orimo.
Live.
That was an interesting final 3 episodes.
Akunohana. Carnival, that was shit.
Photokano.
Yeah, that was also shit.
Holy shit. Speaking of like disappointments, fall-offs, Uzumaki last year.
Bruh.
As soon as
Don't
last year, man.
Don't remind me, dude.
Holy shit.
This shit was unbelievably ass.
We were so close to perfection, and all it took Uzumaki from last year.
Bro, they fuck.
Why? Just why?
Hold on.
We were so close to greatness.
Yeah.
man.
They have, what the fuck is this? Put it on.
What?
Oh, is it on?
It's on, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's on. Good shit.
No, it's off. It's off.
Yeah, that's right. I want to see
Yeah.
this shit.
You want to see the R18 stuff as well?
Let's see dude. We've been awful. Awful.
I mean, look, I probably haven't caught up to
that's
hentai.
so funny.
I probably haven't caught up to hentai in like a couple of years. So I have no idea what's been happening.
This ass.
Is it?
haven't caught
It's
up.
awful.
Haven't caught up in a couple of
I haven't
years.
caught up in a couple of years. I have no
Look
idea.
at this shit. We have Chikan Tokuiten.
Extreme Molester's Terminus Third finger, the animation.
We can't put this on YouTube, guys.
Let's go through the real summer list.
There we go.
There we go. Oh my God.
Whoa.
Why is this? Oh, okay. In the porn section.
No, it's because it's
Finally. The real seasonal anime that we care
the
about.
real seasonal anime right here.
Hell yeah.
Blur all of this, Mudan.
Yeah.
Back to the normal episode.
Going back to the normal episode.
Oh my God. Demon Slayer.
Did you watch a new season? Have you watched a new season yet?
I watched the Swordsmith arc, and that was the one that made me quit the show entirely. I just
Is
gave
that
up.
season?
Oh, you gave up entirely?
Dude, that season.
Wait, what
was
season is that?
So fucking bad.
Wait, how many seasons are we at?
Is this the one? No. Which one is it?
Oh, the Swordsmith arc. Yeah,
This one.
Yeah.
Dude, I had to quit. They took the piss. This one. What's crazy is that it's 11 episodes, right?
Yeah.
You'd think you could just power through. It's so boring.
Really?
I've never been so bored during a show.
Then you would hate the new season because the new season is like even worse than this season.
How does this have 8.2? These people are asleep at the wheel.
Because the
reviewing
only
this.
people who are watching this far are the people who only watch Demon Slayer, dude.
Bro, the first 6 episodes, pretty much like nothing happens in the fights. Like, yes, they are visually impressive, but nothing happens in the fight. Every time, and I hate this Demon Slayer fight formula. They behead the fucking demon.
Flashback.
You won't fucking believe it. They flashback. What's his name?
Tanjiro?
Tanjiro's fucking done it. He's only gone and beheaded. Oh, wait. It turns out he can spawn 2 heads. You won't believe how he's going to do it. He's just about to slice the second head. Flashback. Cut to a different character. We come back. As he's about to slice through the head, it turns out this demon, his power doesn't come from his head. It comes from his anus, which he's separated 4 times to another location, all spread around the different continents of the area.
Yep.
And to bring them back, flashback, in the middle of the explanation, and then cuts to fucking, what's his name? Pigman, who jumps in. Inosuke jumps in, slashes his sword, gets repelled with fucking ease.
Yeah.
Cuts to fucking Zenitsu. He's still asleep.
Yeah.
Cuts back to Tanjiro, who's going, ah! And then he tries to cut one of them. He kills them. Guess what? He's not dead. He's only killed 1/2 of the demon. He's still alive. This is every fucking fight in this show.
Yeah.
It goes on and on. Cuts back. Ad plug,
Yeah.
merchandise, and then he finally kills him. Turns out this guy was the lowest rated Hashira in the building. No one even respected him. He was number 7. Actually, turns out he was the shittest of them all. That's the entire show.
Oh shit! Now I don't have to watch it. You just gave me this
They
rundown.
introduce a new Hashira. Turns out he's a fucking dog shit. He's not good at this Hashira bollocks. He dies one to one against this bollocks.
Yeah.
What's the point of the show?
Man, you're asking the wrong crowd.
It's just fun action.
It used to be fun action until they made it so fucking boring. It's like watching the THX promos in the cinema. Like, I come from the sound, but like that's cool that the when the water drops in the theater that it goes all around me, but that never fucking happens in the movie.
Yeah, but it's pretty.
Yeah, it is pretty.
It's the animation is so pretty, Connor.
I mean, the latest season.
It looks so good.
The latest season, IGN gave it a 3 out of 10.
Good.
Really?
And
Just that actually, too fast. That one reviewer who spits. That reviewer dares to give things low ratings.
Oh, really?
yeah.
He's good.
And
He also rated Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 as mid. It was like, I think like a 6 out of 10 or a, what did he give it?
That's my
He gave
boy
it
right there.
something.
That's my boy.
I mean, I think I was going a bit too far. Season 2.
No, season 2 was good. He was
What's
just,
the name of this man?
Yeah, he gave it a
6 out of
6 out
10.
of 10.
What's the name of this man?
No.
Yeah, this is the guy,
Raphael, my boy.
I believe he's pretty critical of a lot of anime.
Yeah.
From what I can tell.
Oh, God.
Solo Leveling season 2 premiere. What did they give this? Oh, it's actually not a rating. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see his other ratings.
What did he?
Lego Star Wars Demon Slayer season 4 review. What did he
Yeah,
give?
this is the 3 out of 10, I think.
Wait, why does it say the rating?
3
out of 10.
God damn.
I mean, it had one good episode.
My
and
Hero-
the episode was pretty damn good.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Wait, but he gave My Hero season 7 and 8?
No, the premiere.
Oh, the premiere.
Dr. Stone's season 3 part 2 review.
All right, let's see this.
8. Okay, man, this guy's, he gives
just
out
hates Demon Slayer.
Attack on Titan.
Shibuya Incident Arc review.
All right, let's
right.
see this. Let's see.
6.
Okay. Jujutsu Kaisen offers plenty of spectacle, but little else during
This
the
is what
Shibuya.
you said, Joey.
So am I right or am I right?
Well, what did he put for the finale of Attack on Titan? That's what
Wait, where
Did he
did it say?
yeah, I saw that.
Oh, there we go.
on
Series
Titan
series finale review.
Series finale review.
A 10.
10.
A masterpiece.
A masterpiece.
Cinema.
Do you agree with that, Garn?
I'm gonna give it a 10, but I would say that
I appreciate that he's throwing scores out there that give you
Okay.
curveballs. You
Then
know?
we'll
Yeah.
start season 2.
10.
10.
Yeah,
All right,
I mean,
all right.
okay, I like this guy.
He's got some cred. He's got some cred, this boy.
Demon Slayer
For
season 3 review. 5. Mediocre.
He just hates Demon Slayer, dude.
I don't fucking blame him, man. If I'd have watched this Blue Lock season 1 review,
Let's see.
please give it a low score.
8.
No, I hated it. Agree with me. Boshi the Rock season 1 review, Joey.
It's a 10.
It's gonna be 9.
Joey.
All right, Raphael, you're not my boy anymore. Sorry.
Oh,
You were so close to greatness.
We're just reviewing reviews now.
Chainsaw Man series premiere. Wait, okay, no, I don't want to. I'm not interested in premieres.
This is what it's come to. We are now reviewing reviews.
Spy Family season 1.
I'll get 7. A 9.
Nah, that's crazy.
Nah, that's crazy.
crazy.
7 tops, bro.
Come out swinging, please.
My man had one mission: piss off Jujutsu Kaisen fans and piss off Demon Slayer
I
fans.
think my man's pissed off every type of anime fan just from those reviews.
Demon Slayer is so shit.
I mean, the thing about Demon Slayer is that if next season pops off, everyone's gonna be like, "Yo,
It's so bad.
we're so back. We are so back."
I'm not watching the rest. You can't. Not even Batman fucking waterboarding me, pulling out my teeth one by one. After he's already circumcised me, could get me to go and finish
Watch
that.
Demon Slayer,
to
Connor.
watch Demon Slayer. I will not watch that fucking season.
To me, Demon Slayer has one job, and it's just give me pretty fights, and that's it. If season 3 did not
Allow
deliver
me
on
to
that,
introduce to you, Garn, a series that can do this but better.
okay.
Stick man fighting animation. This is what you want, Garn.
I know Stickman fighting animation.
You just
I'm
want
just
this,
saying.
Garn. Just go. Just what? This is what you want to watch.
This is
Just watch
Jujutsu
this.
Kaisen season 2. Tell me this is not Jujutsu
This
Kaisen
is literally
season 2.
Jujutsu Kaisen season 2.
Tell me that.
Nah, this one's got more complex, you know.
This is literally Jujutsu Kaisen season 2.
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
This, you want
This
to
is
know,
what I see when I watch Jujutsu Kaisen
you want to
season
know the
2.
appeal of Jujutsu Kaisen season 2? This is it.
Oh, here it is. Wow, look at those
Actually,
impact
this is
frames.
the fight with the bunnies.
This is the fight with the.
Damn, peak animation right here, boys.
Look,
Dude, look at
Look at him. Oh!
Damn.
look. Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 is this with just rendered with
With pretty boys.
pretty boys and 4K.
Oh, you know what
It's-
was also mid?
It's just stick fight RTX on basically.
Yeah.
Man, this is one that got fucked by its release schedule. But it was
Akito
kind
the
of...
Exiled.
Yeah.
I didn't actually watch Akito the Exiled.
Yeah.
I watched it, remember, because like the release was so fucked. We talked about it on Trash Days before, but this was like a long-anticipated Code Geass successor that
Yeah.
just got marred by its release schedule. It got absolutely fucked.
Did you watch this?
I did watch it. It was crazy. It kind of just like, I remember we spoke about it on Trash Taste one time when like, there was 4 parts and they...
4 movies?
Yeah, so like, look at this
Jesus.
release schedule, right? Part 1, 2012.
Okay.
Part 2, 2013.
Okay. Part 3, 2015.
So it just took like a fucking giant 2-year break, and then they just dropped 2, 3, and 4 like right next to each other.
I mean,
But it was
look,
like one season of an anime.
I mean, I think the new Ava movies did it a lot worse.
Yeah, I guess so.
There was like a
Still-
10-year gap between 2.0 and 3.0.
But look,
and
they
then
lost,
another
they lost
10
like a
years.
lot of people along the way, right? They had 100,000, 70,000, 57.
I mean, I would say that's normal for long-running
Yeah.
and any sequel.
but how
to
does
be
that
fair.
happen to a fucking Code Geass? You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
Code Geass was massive back in our day, but damn, like
This is
this is a new generation of anime
Yeah, but
fans.
I'm
now.
telling you, you can't make Code Geass work 2012.
I guess not.
Like, you can't, like, you know, Code Geass came out 2007, right?
The problem is that Code Geass had the perfect ending.
Yeah,
I
agree.
Everyone who watched Code Geass was like, no one was like, damn. I wish there was like more.
Obviously,
but,
we don't know what happened behind the scenes, but how does it happen where like one of the most popular shows just absolutely like flounders its release and can't get a product out in time? Like when there must be clearly like there is no shortage of demand for Code Geass. Even though it's ended.
Yes, but I don't know.
I feel like it is because that Code Geass just felt
had a
like a
good
finished
ending.
product.
Yeah.
The point is that
But the world is so sick. And I think that's
Yeah,
what
it
it was
is,
kind of
yeah.
trying to do, right? But then I guess it has like the Star Wars problem where they really just struggled to get away from Lelouch. Like they struggled to get away from Skywalker, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they weren't confident enough to tell stories without Lelouch being in the world somehow, which I think is poor because like Geass is a fucking cool power.
Yeah. I think the problem is that Code Geass is Lelouch. You know?
Yeah, I guess,
It's in the same way where Death Note is Light and L, and once one of those factors got removed, it just didn't feel the same anymore. You know,
I don't know, Death Note with Trump was kind of sick.
I completely forgot about that. That was cool.
The one shot that came out.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember this. There was a Death Note one shot that came out, and it just had Trump, and the main character was, I guess, Light that kind of got away with it. He's kind of a smart Japanese teenager who sold the Death Note to Trump,
Yeah.
which honestly would kind of feel like it would happen. We're going to buy the Death Note. We're going to buy it. The Japanese don't need it. We're going to give them tariffs.
We'll know how to use it properly.
We're going to use the Death Note. We're going to clean them up.
We'll make America great again. Oh, it's so bad. We're only joking, audience. We're only joking.
God. I mean, what I liked about that one shot was just, I like the concept of the Death Note just being this weapon of mass destruction, which it is, you know, at the end of the day.
Was it rewrite?
Manga. It must have been this one.
Yeah, one shot.
Yeah, this one.
Oh, yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
the Aura Kid. Like, it was like Light if he had dressed in 2020
This is
instead of
Gen Z
2010.
Light.
It's
Yeah,
light. It's light
literally
with drip.
Gen Z side.
Dripped out light.
And it was really fun. I mean, I think it was just fun to see Ryuk again.
Yeah.
Just seeing Ryuk get back in the game.
Hell yeah.
It was more of a story about Ryuk.
We all know he's the OG.
Yeah. I think Ryuk is such a fun character. Ryuk is like he's like the Hisoka of Death Note world. He just turns fucking up, causes mayhem. He's the most powerful guy, and then he's like, all right, peace out. God, it was a fun there. It was a fun one shot.
No, this was great. I think it didn't overstay its welcome.
No.
Could I imagine a whole Death Note sequel?
No.
But this as an interesting idea, I was like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
This
I think
is,
even the creators knew that.
Yeah. I think didn't overstay welcome, had an interesting premise, explored that premise to its fullest, and then that was
sick.
it. That was it. Can't believe that was back in 2000 and when did this come out?
Yeah.
2020. Holy shit.
Man, that shit was so fucking good. What a fucking great show.
Where the fuck has time gone, man?
Well, let us know down below what your worst anime that you ever watched was. Let us know.
Yes. What is the biggest fall off in anime for you?
Doesn't need to be studied.
And,
Hey, look at all these patrons though.
So many.
So many patrons. And as we were saying earlier,
Don't forget to watch.
we are going to be watching, or I'm going to be showing the boys some of the worst rated anime, specifically Mars of Destruction, which you can go check out on the Patreon right now if you go on over to patreon.com/trashtaste. Mudan, why don't you play a clip of that? There you go. Get out the sword. Use the exact same animation.
Use the exact same animation. Yeah, of course. This is so fucking stupid.
But if you want to check that out, as well as a bunch of other exclusive Patreon-only videos and support the show in the process, head on over to patreon.com/trashtaste. Also follow us on Twitter, send us some memes on the subreddit, and if you hate our face, listen to us on Spotify. And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.